Now let me see you go off like a bomb.
Hey Theo. The reset was actually a month or so ago. It was March the 22nd, so you can do the counting on that. It's almost been 2 months. We're almost actually already halfway into the reset. Give it like another week or so. Yeah, long time no see. The reset was quite some time ago, so if you get in now, or if you get started now, of course, there'll be people to hook you up with plenty of equipment, but the initial ladder rush is not available, unfortunately. Yeah, there are still people online though, just not as many as on reset night, or reset week, reset month. I'll be waiting on the next reset. That's fair. That's understandable. Oh, let me grab this ring. Yeah, so how are you doing, Theo? I think I haven't seen you in quite some time. You probably have. I mean, I assume you're asking about Slash, right? You're asking about SlashDiablo, not botnet, because botnet is a different story. That's probably later this. Later. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. So, oh, chances. Wow, finding plenty of stuff early on. Moved on, or got a new job at Moose, so been AFK for a while. Okay, well, I hope, okay, so congratulations on your new job. I hope that your journeys in the real world have been fruitful and good. Yeah, I definitely have not seen you around for a while, but yeah, Slash is the usual. I'm trying something else new this season. If you want to ask about it, you're more than welcome to. Great, got a new PC, getting back into gaming. Very nice. What are you playing now? What do you plan to play? Aside from D2, of course. I imagine you'll be playing that. Yeah, as you can see, I'm in the middle of rocking a new character. A character that I haven't ever actually used in any past season. It's the Boazon. Yeah, a lot of people know this character pretty. D3 reset, messing around on WoW a bit. Very nice, very nice. WoW private servers or like you know, WoW on the official servers. I assume WoW on. I assume you were doing WoW on private servers, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know if it's better playing on official WoW compared to live until Classic is released. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what it's. I don't know very much about WoW, so kind of know what happens. But aside from that, but yeah, no, I know that there's been quite a number of people who have indeed been looking forward to Classic, or the release of Classic. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing what Blizzard will be coming up with. Although to tell you the truth, I'm not entirely too sure I trust them. Good old Boazon. Yeah, dude. I am using a Boazon. 28 MF chances. Is that really worth charting down as a drop? Hold on a second. Let me just see if I've charted down chances before. Chance. Oh, I actually did chart down chances. Alright, well, if that's the case. Chance guards. Alright, there you go. So today we're going to be doing about 100 runs. 100 runs with this pits with the Boazon, so buckle up and enjoy the show, I guess. At least I'm planning to try and do 200 runs, or 100 runs, sorry. We'll see if I can last the entire amount of time. I'm a little bit tired today. Didn't get as much sleep as I wanted. But anyway, yeah, so the Boazon's been looking pretty good. I can show you the build if you're interested, or the build that I've been using. You'll notice that perhaps, well, I guess you probably can't see, but I'm actually not using Wind Force like most other Boazons. I'm using Faith. And I am also using a technique, or a glitch, whatever you want to call it, called Swapcasting. So you can see I am using my normal attack to teleport. That is one of the things I'm doing differently this season. Or this is kind of my main build for the season. Last season I was doing, last season I was doing this Cold Druid, and I was also doing a Fire Druid, and I was like showing that off. Yeah, this season is quite different. I am, for the first time, making a Boazon, and I've learned a lot so far, to be honest. I've learned, yeah, I've learned a lot. I'm really glad that I took the time to play Boazon. Really happy about that. Anyway, but enough about that. I just wanted to give the lowdown about what's going on. The big goal for this season, because I have been making it a goal to try and do this every season, is I'm actually going to be doing 1,000 runs of pits this time around. Last season was 1,000 runs of... Always fun to do a different build. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a learning experience for sure. I don't want to confine myself to just the same build, same class, and I like to go start to finish, as I'm sure you know, from last time you were here. Yeah, like... Actually, hold on, let me actually take a look at this crystal sword, or claws that just dropped. They were indeed white claws, and the game highlighted them as white. 3 venom claws? Interesting. 3 venom claws, and the game highlighted them. Alright, well, 3 venom claws. Yeah, I'll call them that. That's good enough. Wow. 3 finds, worth charting down. 3 consecutive games, that's pretty good. But yeah, no, I really don't want to try and like play the same build over and over again, so I always like to switch it up. I've been rotating between every character class. I think I've talked about this before. So, you know, I played Assassin. I think my first like official reset on Slash. Then I played Necro twice, and then I played Barb, and then I played last season the Druid. And now the last character that I haven't played is the Amazon, and I could have gone Javazon, just like, well, yeah, like Javazon was kind of the intuitive character build to use because it's much stronger when starting out. Particularly, it's less gear dependent. But I really wanted to show off this Boazon because it's actually pretty good. It's honestly pretty solid for clearing out pits. Especially with swap casting, it runs smooth as a baby's bottom. You just teleport with right click, you multi-shot with left click. It's pretty fantastic. There you go. Javazon cows at reset. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Reset cows is really nice, but this season I was really committed to trying not to rely on cows, if that makes sense. So what ended up happening is that I actually started off with a Frost Maiden Boazon, just to give you a recap of what's been going on, because I don't think you've been here for a while. So I actually played a Frost Maiden Boazon, and then I ran 5,000 Pinball Skin runs. That was how I started off the latter season. Yeah, yeah, no, that was basically it. 5,000 runs of Pindle Skin at the really beginning of the season, and then yeah. Yeah, dude, it's been quite a journey, let me tell you. I've been doing silly things, been having a lot of fun with it. This is going to probably be the last big goal for me for this season, and I'm kind of trying to like spread out the amount of runs I do. Like I've been trying to do like 100 every Monday is kind of what I've been aiming for, because I have time on Mondays. Anything worthwhile find? I tell you what, if you want, I can actually pass you the link, and you can see for yourself, because I charted down the most important finds in my... here, let me pull this up for you. Okay, so this is... Yeah, not to make you do extra work, but I don't think that I could do it justice by just telling you straight up what I found, because there's a lot of stuff that was found, but I did give the top 5 drops in both sets of those 2,500 runs. I also forgot to add one other little detail, and that here, one sec. Yeah, the thing I forgot to mention is that I did some of these runs with 0 MF, and then I did some of these runs with 300 MF. So yeah, 2,500 runs, 0 MF, 2,500 runs, 300 MF. I'm telling you, it was a silly goal, but I had fun with it, and that's really what matters. Like, there was somebody who had even asked me, and rightfully so, why didn't I just fucking run LK? Like, if I'm just gonna spend my time there, LK would have been far more profitable. But Pindle Skin was very interesting. Doing those runs of Pindle Skin was, I want to say, eye-opening. It wasn't really that eye-opening though, but it was nice to kind of like sit down and kind of see what I get like a more informed opinion about Pindle Skin. Admittedly, I was running Pindle Skin with 0 MF for the first 2,500 runs, so like that's kind of shitty. But the idea here is, ooh, Circlet of Luck. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Wait a second, Shaco's better. Fuck this. I don't know I'm keeping this piece of junk. Anyway, yeah, so... No, really, though. As I was saying, like, there were people who would ask me, why didn't I just run LK? And LK honestly would have been far more profitable. So would cows, to tell you the truth. But I'm glad I ran Pindle. It was definitely... It was taxing, but it was more fun than LK. And I mean, honestly, like... Yeah, no, I really wanted to see what I could get out of Pindle. I also, with those 5,000 runs, leveled from... This is the thing. Well, I'll wait until you're done reading, and then I'll talk about that after, I guess. But yeah, anyway. Let me know when you're done giving it a read, I guess. Yeah, sorry, I'm throwing a lot at you, but it's just... I figured you may be interested in seeing the results of... 5,000 runs. I mean, I know this is the thing, like, there were lots of other people who also did, like, a shit ton of runs, and they looked like got a lot better finds than I did. Like, people ran, like, 10,000 Pindles and got, like, 2 purple boxes, or 4 high runs, I mean. Meanwhile, I ran 5,000, didn't get a single one. And then, of course, there's other people who found, like, high-end uniques, in like far fewer runs than me, that kind of thing. All in all, Pindle Skin was quite a disappointment for me. Oh wow, this was a really fast run. RNG is RNG, yeah, but part of the reason why, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not much of a math type person myself. I can't just be like, oh, well, there's some people who've done like the mathematical analysis of this kind of shit. Like, they calculate out on average the number of monsters in specific areas. There's actually a really well-detailed guide that somebody wrote up for Slash. It was very impressive. And they did a bunch of like... They basically crunched the numbers on how many monsters there are and that kind of stuff. And honestly, it's pretty good. Like if you know how to run the probability, like the actual statistics on it. But for me, I don't know how to do that. So what I do I like to do these personal, for fun side projects on Diablo 2. I just like to run a bunch of one specific area, and then, you know, I figure by the law of averages, eventually I'll get roughly the expected amount of perps. I mean, RNG is RNG indeed, but I mean, yeah, I do like 1,000 runs. I feel like that's usually enough to get me some reasonable measure. Helps me figure out, do I really want to keep farming this area in the future? And, well, that's... I remember doing 1,000 LK runs, no high runs after that. Oh, dude, I totally understand. Well, on Slash, right? Because this season, I think there were other people who also had very similar luck. Like, LK is very hit or miss. Well, then again, a lot of other areas are also very hit or miss. But one thing is pretty certain for me. Chaos Sanctuary always pays out. You know that motto? Or I think you know that motto. Season I was playing my Poison Necro. Chaos Sanctuary always pays out, and that, like, I'm telling you, man. It would be like, it is legit. I mean, like, I'm telling you right now, I would not have my Enigma right now if not for the bird drop from Chaos Sanctuary. 5 runs in, I'm telling you, man, it was glorious when I saw that BER on the floor. I was just like, yep, that's my boy. Chaos Sanctuary. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, Circlet of Speed. Hold on. The Circlet of Speed needs... It needs to be Artisan Circlet of Speed. Shit, this is useless. I feel like cows and kit. Yeah, I'd like to think that the vast majority of players on Slash will agree with you without hesitation. Cows and Chaos, especially cows, like, so many people swear by cows, it's pretty insane. I don't know so many people who are so passionate about Chaos, save for myself, though, to tell you the truth. Like, even Dan, for a while, was telling me that I should be farming cows instead of Chaos when I was playing my Poison Necros, so... I mean, I know there are the LK... To tell you the truth, dude, I don't see these LK kids that you speak of. Like, I legitimately do not see people who just non-stop run LK. Like, to tell you the truth, I know there are people who run LK for the first little while until they get what they need, and then they'll switch to another area and just never come back to LK. Or they'll throw it in every now and... or they'll do an LK run every now and then. Or maybe they'll do LK runs, they'll throw it in along with some other routine like Mephisto, Andy, like Ancient Tunnels or some shit. It doesn't really matter, but the point here I'm trying to make is I really don't know anybody who commits to LK for an entire season. You know, like, if it were me, I could commit to, like, I committed to AT all of last season. I don't really like AT, but it's not the worst. Like, I have to be honest. And I mean, Chaos Sanctuary, I can do an entire season of Chaos Sanctuary and nothing else and be completely happy with it. I love Chaos Sanctuary. And the thing with Chaos is, like, you don't even have to do full, like, you can do full clears, you can do champ pack clears, you can do seal bug clears, all the while you're getting a good amount of XP. You can do Diablo if you feel like, you can choose not to do Diablo. You know, there's a lot of options that you have when running Chaos. Like, I don't know. I really enjoy Chaos Sanctuary. I think my bias shows. I can't do that. I like making a Hammerton with a Telestaff Day 2 on reset and getting loot. Oh yeah, dude, I absolutely am on board with that. Like, honestly, that would drive somebody mad doing LK all season. I mean, honestly, there are people who can handle it, but I get what you mean, though. No, it would take a very special individual to be able to run that many LK runs for the entire season. Like, I keep getting into this, not really argument with Garg, but Garg defends LK. He's like, you know, LK is where I get high runes and shit, and like, don't stop talking bad about LK. I mean, legit, he even went as far as saying that it's not actually worse than, like, it can't be any worse than Pindle. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, actually, no, Pindle was way more fun than LK by a substantial margin. Like, honestly, LK... The only real entertainment value that comes out of LK is the loot that you get out of it. Like, you're not really killing monsters, you know? Like, that's the thing that bothers me. But anyway, that's a story for another time. Like, there are people who vouch for LK, but I just do not know anybody who has said with a straight face, like with a genuine straight face. Yeah, LK is something I do for fun. You know, like that that is not something that I think anybody I've witnessed anyone on Slash saying. And I mean, couple that with the fact that on Slash we have no drop 0. So LK isn't even like as profitable as like single player player 7. Like if it were single player, then yeah, absolutely. Just go into LK, go player 7, and then just start farming those high runes. It makes sense, but if you're playing on Slash where no drop 0 is a thing, just pick a place to farm that's doesn't even have to be level 85 really. Just I don't know, have fun with the game, I guess. You'll maybe find high. Well, I don't want to say you'll find high runes eventually because honestly, I definitely played seasons where I didn't get any high runes. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. Let me try to keep it to what we were talking about. That's more relevant. Yeah, so hammered in day 2 and getting loot. Yeah, you know, well, I'm impressed, to tell you the truth. Like, I am impressed that you are able to commit to a hammered in. Like, I know I was just shitting on LK, but I'm impressed that you would actually enjoy rocking a hammered in as your like go-to character. Although I guess like rough for the first couple. 2 passive and magic skills 20 IAS. That's cute. Well, it's unfortunate, but it's basically worthless. Anyway, so I think I'm just about done here. My runs with the Bowazon on average are about 2 minutes. This one was a lot longer, but that's because the layout was fucking atrocious. But anyway, like I was saying though, yeah, I mean that's exactly the thing. Like, Tele staff day 2 on reset. Like, yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I like starting off with classes that aren't swords. It's not to say I don't. This is the thing. I hate starting as a sword, but it's not because I don't enjoy playing a sword. It's just that whenever I play the other classes, I have to come up with ways to try and, you know, make up for the lack of teleport. Like, Sork's day 1 Enigma is just insane, right? Like, Necro doesn't have day 1 teleport or day 1 Enigma, but what they do have is Corpse Explosion, so that's fine. But for most of the other classes, like even like Hammerden, you need to come up with ways to like compensate for the fact that you don't have Enigma on day 1, right? Until you get Enigma. Once you get Enigma, it's a completely different story, but that's where the game really begins, of course. But no, I hear you. Like, Tele Staff day 2 is pretty, it's nice to have, let's just say. It is very nice to have. Deli Staff in charge on Hammerden, and Vigor, of course. Yeah, no, like, to tell you the truth, I still haven't started off a season on Slash as a Hammerden. That's something I have to admit. That's something I want to do at some point. Because I know that, I think it was the Spy, yeah, the Spy started off as a Hammered in one of these seasons a while back. I think it was the season I was running my Poison Neck. No, it was the season I was running my Cold Druid. Fire Druid and then Cold Druid. And then he actually had started off as a Hammered in, so that was interesting. Well, anyway, so yeah, I don't know. It's I always enjoy talking about early ladder strategies. And what to do, like, once you're fully farmed and whatnot. It's fun because you farm. Oh yeah, dude, I agree, for sure. The Spy though, I think he ran 400 Chaos and he was dry all 400 Chaos, and he also said that yeah, the whole Tele Staff doesn't like. Tele Staff is fine for the most part, but like it's kind of a. Sometimes you can't reposition where you want to reposition yourself to properly, if that makes sense. Like, okay, probably doesn't make sense. Like, sometimes you'll telestaff into like the middle of a pack and you'll die because you don't have your shield out, right? Or you need to like switch to your other offhand and then start casting hammers. So, or your main weapon and start casting hammers. So that was one of the complaints he had starting off as a Hammerden. Even though he pointed out that, yeah, that's probably, assuming he doesn't want to go like CE Necro into cows, which is what a lot of people do. Sorry, one sec. I'm just checking to make sure there are no monsters. These are supposed to be full clears of pits, aka I don't let any monsters live. Like, everything dies. So that's kind of the reason why I'm being very careful to kill everything. Although my runs would be a bit quicker, but anyway, sorry about that. It's just walk it. Yeah, just to get out of the river is all. That's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. Probably in Chaos you just run, then use it to get Sanctuary, then Chaos. That's actually really smart. I would not have thought to do that. I would have just committed to like running the entire fucking thing. But for sure you want to just teleport through the river. That is really smart. Never even thought about doing that actually. Either way though, I don't know. Next season is going to be interesting for me. Like, I'm kind of be taking a bit of a tangent because I've been really making this known to people since I've been looking forward to this, even if they don't care. Although some people actually have been pretty interested about this. My plans for next season, because I was actually hyping up next season more than this season. Like this season, I went Bowazon. I wanted to show off something cool, and well, the Bowazon I thought was pretty cool. Swapcast TeleBowazon is what I call it. I rock Enigma instead of Fortitude, which allows me to teleport around pits, and then I can Swapcast, and then I can just, like, you know, I can clear pits pretty quickly. Well, maybe not, like, pretty quick, but, like, a Poison Necro would still crush pits in a much quicker amount of time, but, like, that's, you know, aside from, like, I don't know, it's a good amount of time for me, and this isn't even the full build yet, and I enjoy this class, or I enjoy this build, so, I mean, it's a win-win, really. Tomahawk, what are these guys talking about? Yeah, so somebody's asking about a Novomancer, what skills to put in, and I was saying that, yeah, you can, or before D-Web, you can totally just use like a 6 poison-faceted sword or whatever. It's so expensive. Well, yeah, rightfully so, though. Like, GG stream, yeah, hey. What's up, fatty? I had mentioned that I was going to be streaming. I did say I was going to stream in an hour, but things came up and those took a little bit longer than I expected. Anyway, no, but really, let's talk about that for a second. So, Novomancer is expensive, yes, they're really expensive, but... Okay, no. That, let me rephrase that. A Poison Mancer by itself is not that expensive. It's a good Poison Mancer that's really expensive. And a good Poison Mancer, like, honestly, you can jerk, like, you can basically jerk yourself off on every other equipment piece on the Poison Necro, except for the armor and the D-Web, right? Like, you need the Enigma for teleport, and you need the D-Web. Well, you don't, well, this is the thing, right? Like, for a GG Poison Necro, you need that D-Web. There's no question about it. You need Enigma. But the thing is with Enigma, pretty much every class needs either an Enigma or an Infinity anyway. So the Necro is pretty much in good company on that one. The D-Web, though, is the really high-in-demand item. Now, if you really can't find a D-Web, if you can't afford a D-Web, there are substitutes, right? Like, for a while, I think, in a previous, or the season I was running my second Poison Necro, I didn't have D-Web for the first couple of days. I straight up just went Spirit Sword, dead serious. Either Spirit Sword or White One were my options, and I like +2 to all skills. Oh, look, Laying of Hands. I'll chart that. But no, really, like, Spirit Sword is even a legit option for a Poison Necro. Like, and then you would, like, this is the thing, from personal experience, I go poison net. I mean, this is assuming you also get a bow barb, but I mean, for me, like, bow barb is a given. Even if you don't go bow barb, there are ways to make it work. Like, you can totally just run pits, but it's like, eh. You can actually even run Chaos too without a bow barb. It's just a lot more painful for no real good reason. Like, just make a bow barb and double your life and your Merc's life. Maybe even a Clay Golem's life if you... Yeah, anyway. I honestly just like the CE Necro. Oh, you mean the fish... Yeah, or the Corpse Explosion Master. Yes, no. I mean, I can see why you would enjoy that more, like... Or you would like that more. I mean, it is much cheaper, for sure. It doesn't need... Ooh, Trap Skiller GC. Now that is something worth charting down to. Hey, Kingsley! Take a look in the top right corner. The game name always corresponds to which run number I'm on. So, in this case, I'm on run number 611. We started off at run... You know what? Let me actually just update that. 611. There you go. And look, hey, Kingsley and Xanders. Okay, the stream's starting to get hype. Although, I don't know how long you're going to be here, Xanders. GG. Yes, indeed. Fatty. So, Corpse Explosion skills like I Am Joke to you is really good. Oh no, it's not really good. It's amazing. It is incredible on Players 1. It's probably like easily the strongest skill in Players 1 that I can think of. I can't really think of a stronger one, save for maybe Teleport if you want to approach it like that. But yeah, how are you doing? Or how are you guys doing, Kingsley and Xanders? I hope you guys are doing well today. Today is actually pretty big for me. I found this while I was farming off stream. I didn't do that many runs. It was like 11 runs off stream. I'm not counting them towards my run counter because I'm only counting the runs that I do on stream. But I found this low rune, and what that effectively allows me to do is I can actually make a pride. So we are going to be making a pride later today, so stay tuned for that. Just give me... I'm going to probably do it on run 620. And then we'll see just how much quicker my runs become once I have pride on top of my regular damage. You found one low, then another low. Yeah, that's right, I found low. And actually, to be honest, my last 4 purples have been... Or my last 4 purple boxes, if I recall correctly, have all been lows. So, low. Sorry, I had to, but... So yeah, I don't know if you're still around, Theo, but... Here, let me just see this for a second. Yeah, because we were talking about CE Mancer. Now, I mean, the thing with CE Mancer is, like, the reason why I don't enjoy it as much, I've tried it a couple times before. Not on stream, but I've tried it a couple times before. It's like, you know, I don't like it when I have to rely on my Merc to do the killing. Now, it is much more inexpensive than a Poison Necro, but for me, like, I love Poison Necro to death. Like, you can, especially Players 1, although you can even make the Poison Necro work on, like, Players 8 even if you wanted to. Just as long as you don't farm areas where there's, like, really, really strong monsters. But, like, you know, you get your Merc to do all the killing, well, that's fine. Or to get one corpse, it's pretty cool and all, but, like, still you gotta wait for your Merc to get the kill, right? Like, you know, I want to be the one to do the killing, or I want to be the one to decide what I hit, when I hit, if I hit everything in an AoE. Like, for me, that's really nice, having that freedom. So, for me, I don't know. CE Master is... Yeah. Not to mention how brutally overplayed it is. Like, yeah, a lot of people play Poison Necro, but that's because it's, like, one of the strongest, like, tier 1... It's probably, like, one of the tier 1 builds for Slash, in the endgame, right? Like... But I mean, like, CE Mancer is the thing that everybody, all the 1%ers start off with, so I hate the idea, like, even the idea of trying to start off as a CE Mancer kind of makes me, ugh. Like, I want to try something different, want to explore unexplored waters, I guess, or maybe not unexplored waters, but I don't know, it just feels a little, overdone. Like, it feels like all the people who are really trying to get rich are just doing that. Okay, so Kingsley. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, I had to step back there because I teleported into that pack. What base am I using? I'm probably just going to use an EV4 open socket Thresher. I don't really think it matters what base I use, to be honest. Ah, Bartex. Fuck, alright, fine. I'll humor it. 154 ED Bartex. I have like so many of these, so I'm not going to keep it, but it's another pretty cool find. A lot of really cool finds today. Or worthwhile dimension finds, but anyway. I'm probably going to be using a EV4 open socket Thresher. I don't think it matters, like I was saying earlier. Unlike with my weapon base, so I will be probably, like, I found an EV4 open socket Thresher myself. Like, that was the first base I could get my hands on. Like, it dropped for me, I think, in, like, Chaos or some shit. I can't remember where I got it. Might have even found it in pits, I don't know anymore. I forgot, but it doesn't matter. Point is, that's the base that I have. I might as well use it. Like, all I want is the concentration aura. I don't care so much about pride. Or, I don't care so much about, the damage, I guess, that my Merc will do with it. 12 life, 10 CR, SC. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, congrats on low. Yeah, thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you. CE cows. I love Fishymancer with Beast Runeward. Yeah, that highest tier pole arm. Fishymancer with Beast Runeward. The thing is, yeah, no, I could see why you would like it. Feeling you will orange box today? Oh, I don't know, Fatty. The last couple times we've been predicting this orange box has been crushing my hopes and dreams. So I'm all fine. Shorted my slash and pluggy. Took 2 hours, but now it's organized. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, I never bothered to organize my mules. They just rot on my accounts for the most part. 95% of the items I collect never get used. It's the 5% that really matters, I guess. But still. Next season, and this is what I was trying to say to Theo from earlier, next season I'm really going to be trying to commit to going hard. Like, all these past seasons I've been trying to, like, and I mean, I'm sorry to all the people who've just shown up. You guys have heard this spiel so many times, but, like, you guys have no idea. I'm so hyped for this. Like, all these past seasons that I've been playing, I've been, like, you know, studying different areas, trying out different builds, seeing what performs well, what doesn't work, etc., etc. Next season is going to be a chance for me to go with the build and strategy that I think is best, or that can get me to, like, rags to riches the quickest. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that can be done. Now this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to play a build. Well, it's actually quite the opposite. I was gonna say, I'm not going to be playing a build that's going to be super fun, or I might not be playing a build that's super fun, but what matters, or what my biggest goal is to try and actually get rich quick. So it's not going to be this silly, like, again, run Vindalskin 5,000 times at the start of the season before I go farm anywhere else, or anything like that. I want to actually try and go CE cows. 53% chance of having. I see what you did there. Hey, crazy OCD, everything has to stand in order from low level to high levels and so on. Oh, that's cool. Well, I mean, organization's good. Like, it's a good practice, a good habit, and it's also fun if you let it be fun. So, I'm just lazy. That's the bottom line. I think I've made that plenty apparent in the past, as I'm sure you very well know as vendors. In other mediums. Now, regarding the reason why I was bringing this up, though, we were talking about sorting slash and pluggy. My point was going to be that next season I'm going to try and cut down a lot on the items that I collect, and only try to keep the items that I absolutely need. Right? Like, you know, I think I think there's a lot of people who say, man, I'm a hoarder. Like, and then I've shown them my inventory, or my mules, and they're like, oh shit, you are a hoarder, right? Like really, I do not know for the life of me how to, well, one, stay organized, but also how not to hoard. So there's both of those things. Not to find my items. Oh, that's fair. I can find my items. It just takes me fucking forever because I have to cycle through like 40 different items. Farm torches equals profit easy. Yeah, well, but the problem with that is that I would... Well, one, I need a character who can farm the torches. That's already one thing in itself. Then the second thing is I need to be able to run the torches. Now, that's the harder part. Like, you could probably run the... Okay, no, who am I kidding? If I ran it with a barb, okay, I ran torches with... or keys with the barb back when I played the Pit Singer. So if I can run torches with a barb, you can run it with fucking anything, okay? Like, but to tell you the truth, like, if you are to run torches, probably the best candidate for that would have to be a Sork, okay? Like, that Day 1 Enigma is just way too powerful. Well, I call it Day 1 Enigma, but I should call it Day 1 Teleport to avoid confusion, because some people won't get the meaning. I can even pick up an L rune. I mean, I pick up L runes too, but they just, like, I pick up 1 or 2, and I leave them on my mule in case somebody needs it for, presumably, if they're asking for an L rune, they're using it for EBOTD. I can't really imagine them using it for anything else, so. L runes just sit on my mule. I collect 2, maybe 3 for the season. I just hand them out when I need them. Never really use them for anything else. But yeah, next season I'm not going to do that, right? Like, and this is the thing too. Whenever I do collect those L's, I'm not even collecting them so that I can make profit off of them. I just feel like, oh, well, it's an item that somebody will need later and it's free, or and I don't really put that much value into it. So I just say that it's free. I just give it away for free, right? But yeah, there is that time and effort that goes into actually having to throw it onto a mule that's named properly, and then have it take up space in your stash, and then, you know, you want to, like, carry other items that are more valuable, like, you know. Time is important. Time is money. Efficiency is money. Efficiency is time. Like you want to make sure that you spend your time actually not scrapping pennies together for pulls. And ums, or worse yet, for nothing. In a season, of course, where you're trying to go and, you know, get rich as quickly as you possibly can. And it's like, you know, collecting these runes don't take that much time, really. But it adds up. That's the thing. It adds up. So that's kind of my point. I did it on my HDN week 1. You mean Ubers. Yeah, that makes sense. Pick all runes and cube up. I mean, fair enough, but, like, you know, yeah, on single player it makes a lot more sense to do that. On Slash, like, I don't usually like to cube up runes, I just prefer finding the higher, like, this is what I realized from a long time ago. The reality is, like, in the past, I would collect, like, every little high rune. A Pull, I gotta keep that. Rune, gotta have that. Mal, gotta fight for that, right? Like, that kind of shit. But then I realized that, you know, 1 Jaw rune is worth... that's like... I'm trying to run the calculation in my head. I'm terrible at math, but I think that comes out to something like 50 mals, basically, in value, you know, like, I may have fucked up the math on that one, like, somebody correct me on the math, but you guys get what I mean. Like, you know, what's the point of trying to, like, fight somebody over a Pull rune in the, like, when the ladder's midway through, when it's like, okay, well, you know, if you can just get this out of the way and you can go get your next item, like, just, you know, it's good enough, right? Like, it's not an excuse to be financially irresponsible like I was in the season with my Poison Necro, where I straight up just paid like a Gull rune for a Nagistaff, but still, you guys get the point. It's kind of just a different approach to next season. Have you told everybody about next Irish build? Oh, absolutely not. That's the thing. All I've told people is that next season I've been trying. I want to go all out. All right, like well, maybe not like all out, but I wanted to play a build that's not like C tier or D tier to start. Like, yeah, you know. Usually, this is the thing, Xanders. I don't remember when the first time you dropped by on this stream is, but like... Anyway, more on that in a second, I have a dream making Hammer and doing Chaos runs on Slash. I mean, you can make that a reality if you want. I have plans of my own for next season, but you guys are going to have to wait and find out what they are. I really am keeping things on the down low. Like, I have a plan. I have a pretty detailed plan, even written up. That's how serious I am about next season. Which is kind of rich considering that I'm like in this season, so I should be focused on this season. But this season, honestly, like, I'm enjoying the Boazon, but for sure next season is interesting for me because it gets my competitive blood boiling, you know? Like, this is something I haven't done on Slash at all since the season with the Poison Necro, and even then, there was a lot that I didn't know. Still a lot that I didn't, a lot of stuff that I didn't know that season that I know now. So that's pretty good. Like things like what to keep, what's important, where to. Well, yeah, anyway, well, a bunch of stuff. Had a Paladin, a Radiant Cancer, doing Trav runs with just 2 Vexes. I assume that you're kidding about the Break Cancer. But this season was crazy. Yeah, honestly, this season was pretty crazy at the very beginning. It was crazy enough that I kind of raised an eyebrow, and I honestly am glad I didn't I didn't use this season as the I'm gonna go hard season, because honestly, if I had, I feel like it might have been a bit of a waste, to tell you the truth, because like there is no way that I'm gonna fucking compete with people who are getting fucking J-mods and 30 FRW tiaras. Like, that's some shady fucking shit. Like, all of those items found in a single week is like, huh. That was interesting, to put it lightly. But anyway, I don't even care so much about that. Like, the thing is, the other thing too was All Cows Day. The thing is, like, when All Cows Day came around and everyone went and like farmed nonstop chaos seal bug, and you know, I sat there and I looked at that and I'm like, okay, this doesn't really feel representative of what a regular /Diablo season will be. So, you know, I'm really glad. I am very, very glad that they chose not to. That I chose next season, because yeah, it might very well be the case the next season there's a guy who gets publicly ousted as a botter or some shit. I don't know. After they find like 90 ohms worth of items, but this season was kind of a shit show. Like a really big shit show. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm not gonna be all like Slash is dead or anything, because some people like said that, oh yeah, like, you know, every season there's the naysayers who say like Slash is dead and whatnot, but for me that's not even the issue. Like, the issue for me was there were some very, I don't know, like, seeing all those items in a single week and seeing the bids that they were going for, and seeing anonymous accounts show up out of nowhere making bids on items and refusing to flare account. When I saw things like this, I was like, this season, I was looking at it, I'm like, damn. It feels kind of like a weird season, if that makes any sense. Like, not to say that, you know, people were actually botting, and that maybe this was all a product of RNG, but that was just, I don't know. That was, it was interesting. Well, let's just put it like that. Early ladder this season was something I've never witnessed before, and this is definitely not the norm on Slash. Like, I've seen people who show up to Slash and they're like, what the fuck, like, wow, man, drop rates must be super fucking inflated with all these J-mods. No, you don't fucking get like was it 2 J-mods? No, maybe, I don't remember. It was like a whole slew of items that were found, right? Like 30 faster unlock, 3 open socket Sierra, 2 1540s, J-Mod, I can't remember what others like, guys, like, especially Fatty. Fatty would remember because he's a big fan of GG drops. Like, I stopped counting after the 30 FRW tier. I was just like, yeah, no. And just to give you guys more insight into how fucked up this ladder was, the last D-Web sold for 21.5, okay? It rolled 2 and 42, and it went for 21 ohms. I was like, okay, yeah, well, and it was KPS who made that bid. So like, I trust KPS. I don't think he's a botter or anything like that. No, it's just he really wanted that D-Web because everyone was looking for a D-Web and there weren't. That's the weird thing. Like you get like these 30 FRW Tiara, 3 Open Saga Tiara, J-Mod, whatever, but then towards the end of the season now we don't have any D-Webs. Go figure, right? Griffs and D-Webs. Well, yeah, anyway. Yeah, it was it 2? I think it that's what I thought. I thought it was 230 fast run walk 3 Open Socket Tiaras on first week. Yeah, like I don't know. Man, these prices were like oh, here's another one for you. Warcry Skiller GCs were going for gull per this season. From some buyers. Like right now, probably you could comfortably get them for IST, I guess. But even IST is like guys, like for real, IST for Warcry Skiller GCs? Like, are you? Well, sorry, gulls. Like, damn, dude. Like, it's a buyer's market too. It's not the sellers that are selling them for gull. Like, the people who want them are actually buying them for gull, or at least were at one point. Wait, what happened? 100% bought on there. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know, right? Like, I'm suspicious, but I don't have any evidence, so I can't just be like, okay, no, this guy is for sure botting, and then, well, it turns out that no, he's just super fucking lucky, right? Like, that's a thing. That has happened before. People wrongly get accused of botting. So I always try to take things with a grain of salt. I will admit, like, some level of suspicion, but I'll never outright be like, okay, no, this person is for sure botting. Like, last season, there were some people who seemed to be like botters, right? Like, I will admit to that. This season, there were some people who seemed like botters, but eh. I did find a perfect Griffin my first week. That's all I got this season. No one had enough currency for it. Oh, dude. Yeah, well. I mean, go figure. Can you blame them? Yeah, man. Like, if I saw perfect Griffins, I would want to offer at least 30 ohms, okay? Like, oh, okay. Sorry, let me rephrase. Assuming I were playing a build that actually needed it, I'd try to offer... Well, maybe that's rich. I've never actually put 30 ohms on a single item, so I can't really say that, but... I don't know. That deserves a good, like, a big bid, okay? None of this fucking pussy ass, like, oh, here's a 3 ohm bid because it's day 3 of the ladder bullshit. Like, I don't know. For me, that's just BM, okay? Like, that's just disrespect. That's not to say, like, that's not to say that other people shouldn't throw any bids on it at all. I'm just saying that, like, for me personally, like, I'd feel like I'm insulting somebody by offering them 3 ohms for a perfect Griffins. Got nothing for it. Oh, dude. My condolences. Gull per clean Warcry Skiller GC. Yeah, dude, I'm dead serious. It was a really strange season. The Warcry Skiller GCs, though, were... I know that there were people who were, like, playing legit who needed them, right? Like, Warcry Skiller GCs were in high demand because people make bow barbs. So... yeah, it is what it is. That's something to take into consideration. Dead serious. Plain Warcry Skiller GCs went for Gull. I'm not even kidding you. You can go check the /Discord and see all the posts made by Corey, who was looking... I know Corey was looking for Warcry Skillers for Gull at one point. Other people too. PNBs were going for IST minimum. I think maybe I saw a few get sold for Mal, but IST for PNB GCs were the norm this season. Like, just think about that for a sec. 199, 2050. Oh, man. Who cares about the def? Yeah, no. Who cares about the def on the Griffs? But the fact that it came so close to triple perfect is just, like, that's even more reason why I would not dare to bid on an item like that. Like, think about that, right? Like, I don't know, like, I feel bad for you, but I also, to tell you the truth, I don't actually feel bad for you, just because, like, that's, oh man, if I got a Griffs like that, I would just sit down and I'd be like, shit, well, that's it for me, man, like, I'm done. Not for the season, but I'm just done, like, goodbye, right? Like, that's just an insane find, and it's understandable that no one was able to offer these, like, this is the thing. Every season that I play, I'll find a purple box, I'll find a couple purple boxes, I'll find, like, you know, shit uniques. I'll even maybe find a few orange boxes here and there, but that's like a one-of-a-kind collector's edition, you know? Like, it's not a trip perfect, but the fact that it's 2015 alone is like, shit, dude, like, this is worthy of a fucking glass, trophy case, right? Like, not even worth trying to sell it for like these measly burrs and jaws that you get every season. Especially like if you were to sell it, definitely you wouldn't go for less than 20 to 25 ohms for something like that. That's so underused, I guess, or under rare. There you go. Ended up making a Javas than that. Yeah, well there you go. Anyways, Anders, you still around? Let's see. Next slash ladder, I'm gonna make a whirlwind sin that Fury Duty has to wait a little. Okay, sounds good. I got traps until I get my chaos, and then I'm gonna respec. Ooh. Yeah, no. To be honest though, like I mean, I was trying to say since earlier, like, yeah, I'm really trying to keep things on the down low, because the thing is, like, there's some people who. Like, there's no one who knows what I'm doing for sure. I haven't told, like, some people actually, well, a lot of people have been asking about what build I'm using, or where I'm going to farm. And to be honest, I haven't really given the full details to anyone. Only I know. For the most part, I guess. Yeah. Because, like, this is the thing. I'm gonna leave next season a surprise, give you guys something to look forward to. It might turn out to be a complete wash. It might turn out to be something a lot more boring than people expected. But this was, like I said, this was something that people were asking about. Like, people were asking for this. That, yeah, why don't you play? Like, this season when I announced that I was going to be playing a Boazon, I think it was Maverick who was quite disappointed. Like, he wanted to see a season where I actually played like a proper build, and he thought that this might be it, but no. Like, I went and played yet another janky build, but I don't know, man. Next season, whew, I have plans for next season. They're going to be glorious. And I hope that you're with us for the ride, Xanders. That'll be a nice twist from Saturdays. Catch my drift. This was sick of casters, so I'm going to make some melee. I mean, I'm going to make a melee character too, but that's probably going to be next season, right? Like, because honestly, melee characters are one of the few things I haven't tried. Like, this Boazon is the closest thing I have to that. The season that I go with the melee character, I have kind of a broad idea in mind as to what I want to do. But yeah, like, the point is, next season I really want to commit to making that character. Oh, would you look at that? It's a blue sacred armor. Huh, now if only it were unique, and if only it were a certain other unique, or if only it was certain unique somebody that's probably listening in right now is looking for. Oh well. And that it ended up in his game. Okay. Make some melee the next hash? Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Or it didn't. Maybe. Oh wait, are you talking about like melee character or like next season character? Because I also had Coaster guess that I was going to be playing an Oridon. Like, this is the thing too. I've been leaving it up to speculation. I've really been pushing speculation on this one. I do this on purpose because it's like, I don't want to just be like, okay guys, this is it, right? Like, you know, that's, I mean, what's the fun in that? I gotta keep you guys guessing for the next 2.5 months, give myself something to do, give you guys something to do. All I do in Plug is play caster because there's no time for melee grail hunting. Oh yeah, yeah, I totally understand. Honestly, this is one reason I like playing Slash, with no drop zero. Like, it's nice being able to play characters that are much better, like, for players 1, right? Like let me give a good example. Light Sork will crush pretty much everything on players 1, right? They can also do really well on players 8. Meanwhile, a Boazon will have a really hard time with players 8, but on players 1, they do okay. And that's awesome. Like, being able to farm with less viable characters is something that I really enjoy. Like, one thing that I really like about no drop, like, I know I always talk about how I don't really care what no drop setting they use, because the reality is, like, I'm here to play D2 and dick around with different classes, right? But it's important also to keep in mind that, yeah, if you are playing with no drop 0, then you do get perks when you do play specific other classes, or uncommon builds. Like, they can contend a little bit better, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So that's pretty good. Fire Claws Druid or a dinner, no balls. Yeah, taking guesses. Fatty, yes, there was, he did 5,000. Yeah, no, it wasn't Stronghold, it's Strong Like Ox. I know exactly who you're talking about, because he's one of the reasons why I haven't done cow runs up until now. Or, you know, I always do like 1,000 cow, or I did 1,000 Chaos, I did 1,000 AT, I did like 1,000 pits, or tried to do 1,000 pits where I did just the elite packs. Now I'm doing 1,000 full clear pits. One of the reasons I chose not to do, I haven't chosen to do cows yet, apart from the fact that I fucking despise cows, is that, yeah, like, Strong Like Ox already did a shit ton of cows, so I already have a pretty good idea of what to expect if I were to go into cows and do some runs. Like, yeah, every now and then you'll get like 500 run dry streaks, but aside from those, yeah, cows is like really good. It's one of the best places to farm with no drop 0, without a doubt. Cows and chaos, they always say. I think a lot of people just straight up say cows, though. And some people, when asked, oh, the best area, they'll say cows and chaos. But it's like, there can be only one, so. There is almost purple box every 500 runs. Okay, no, hold on. Every 500 runs of what? Because once again, I have strong opinions. This is exactly why I did my, I've been doing all these runs, because now I have informed opinions. I've been doing a fair bit of research on, I call it research because it'll feel better, but I've seen what other people have done, I've done my own runs, see what they've done, so on. Yeah. But yeah, going forward, I don't know how, like, cows low plus. Okay, well, so this is what I'm going to say. He did, Strong Like Ox did 5,000 runs, and I think he got 38 purples? That doesn't sound right. Here, give me a second. Let me double check this. No, sorry, he found closer to 72 purple boxes. And I'm not saying just low plus, I'm talking about just Vex through Zod. He found 72 purples in 5,000 runs, right? Like, this comes out to something like 1 in 70 runs, just for the record. This is the biggest sample size of cows I think I've seen. Yeah. This is the biggest sample size for cows that I've seen. This 5,000 runs. Like, I think he also posted the other 5,000 runs somewhere on Discord. Can't be ours to go find it, but he did post the first 5,000 on the Slash subreddit, and especially burrs. Well, I don't know about burrs, but I counted the purple boxes, and it's 1 in 70 as far as I could tell across 5,000 runs. So if you run the calculation, okay, and you assume that you can do the runs 100 seconds per run of cows. Okay, if you can run cows at 100 seconds per cows, and you're doing, you need about 70 runs per purple box, that is 7,000 seconds, which is something like 160. So basically, once every 2 hours, you're getting a purple box, which is pretty nuts. Assuming your run speed's like a minute 40, which I think is a fair guesstimate. Like, yeah, sometimes you get like you actually get runs that are closer to a minute 30. If you're like strong like Ox and live as Jeebus, who are like pretty efficient farmers, but for us average Joes, that's like once every 2 hours. So, assuming you can do a minute 40 cow runs, which is a bit of, I guess maybe that's a bit of a stretch. Like, anyway, point is once every 2 hours. That's really good. Chaos is somewhere in that ballpark too, as far as I can tell. I don't know. I like doing analyses of this, of these. It's fun for me. And beyond that, oops, shit, I clicked off screen. Want to know something funny? I had Untwinked Javazon. She started running Hell Cows for 1 week. Each run was 10 to 15 minutes. She managed to make Enigma. Yeah, no, I'm not too surprised. Like, the thing is, some combination of luck and number of hours spent is always going to be like, I don't know. That's awesome. Like, good for you. I still think it's crazier that you ran like 1,500 pinballs or 1,400 pinballs and not 2 orange boxes, but yeah, that's just me. I think that's just a fair observation to make. Like, 3 jaws and however many runs is fine, right? Like, you must have done a lot of runs, or you might have gotten lucky, but 1,400 runs with Pindle for 2 orange boxes? Like, for real? Anyway. 1,500 Pindles, alright, well, I don't know. You have some very interesting luck. I have always pointed that out. Time and time again. Even things like the, oh, D-clone spawned in my game and everybody else's, and that was your doing. Like, you sold the, or you didn't sell the SOJ, you sold an herb for that, and then that happened. Of course it was you who caused this to happen. Lucky, I agree with that statement. I didn't do that much cow runs. I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, 3 different factors go into, well, I guess, okay, 4 different factors go into your, how quickly you're getting how quickly you're getting your high runs. One is luck, of course. RNG is RNG. Like, that's gonna always be the thing, right? 2 is where you're farming, right? Like, some areas have better drop chances than others, and we're talking about cows, so that's really good. Then you have to think about the number of hours spent. If you spend a lot of hours, then even if your runs are like 10 minutes each, right? Like this is the thing. If I do like 2 hours, or if I only farm for 2 hours a day, and my runs are like, let's say 2-minute cows, then even if you're doing like cranking out like 10-minute cow runs for some reason, if you put in like 12 to 14 hours a day, you're still gonna be better off than me on average. Yeah, so number of hours played is really important, and then of course there's run efficiency, right? Like, it's those 4 factors pretty much now and always. So yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit anything. I'm just making the observation that, yeah, I'm actually, to be honest, not too surprised that, yeah, you were able to pull off an Enigma first week with the Javazon, and it's cows too, right? Like, cows with no drop 0 on Slash is kind of a joke. In a sense, like, people get some really crazy runes from cows, or really crazy setups. Like, I know Dan made like day 2 Enigma off of cows, like solo Enigma off of cows, I think. I'm trying to think of other things I've seen. I think one season he got 3 jaws from cows in the same day, or was it 2 jaws? I can't remember. It might have been 2 jaws in the same day, and then he traded 1 jaw for a burr, and then he proceeded to go find another jaw in cows. Or maybe I'm mistaking him for Laws, who also had one season where he found like 5 consecutive jaws. I don't know. All I know is Cows is interesting, to put it lightly. But this is why, once again, like, this is why I insist that RNG is the most important thing. Like, luck is the #1 factor in D2, like, honestly, when it comes to farming. The reason I say this is, like, you sometimes get shit like KPS, or no, sorry, not KPS, KDK ran 500, or he went 494 counter runs dry without a purple box, okay? Like, just think about that. 494, he admitted later that he was disappointed that he didn't make it to 500, but you can kind of see the, yeah, like 500, like 494 runs, no purple box is pretty nuts for Cows. And you get people like the Spy who run Chaos and then don't get a purple in 400 runs, and they switch over to AT, and then bam, you get like a D-Web, right? Like, and then try to think of some other good examples. Oh yeah, my personal favorite, Valiant started this, or was it a Valiant? Shit, can't remember who it was. Well, anyway, somebody else, I recall, started late this season. They were watching my stream, they're like, oh shit, now I want to play. And then, well, they started playing, they ran Cows, and surprise, surprise, within 80 runs, they found both Jaw and Burr, okay? Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, their runs were probably pretty quick too, but at the end of the day, if you find Jaw and Burr in 80 runs, you're super fucking lucky. Like, no matter how you look at it, like, you could be the most efficient runner in the world. You could invest tons of hours into the game, but Jaw and Burr in 80 runs is something that, for the most part, can only be attained with RNG or a shit ton of hours put into the game, let's just say. So yeah, that's just my take on it. Oh, and Cryptic Salt too. There's another. Well, actually, no. Cryptic's luck. Hey, by the way, Cryptic, I haven't seen you in quite some time. I was going to reference the 2 purple boxes he found from Pindleskin in 2,500 runs, but meanwhile I ran 5,000 and I found nil, nada, zilch, zip, nope. Only said I didn't believe in Chaos so I could get good drops. Okay, well, it certainly worked, that's for sure. I should have done the same for Pindleskin. I should have talked a ton of shit for Pindleskin, and then that would have been glorious. Oh, whoops, I failed the Swapcast, and I mean, I was talking to Big T Fatty, the, I don't want to say the abridged version of Fatty 180, but that would be a big injustice. The first I ever play Hammered Him. Yeah, sorry. Just talking to Big T Fatty, trying to help him out, give him insight on Hammertons, because I totally know how to play that build because I made it every season. Aggro the mobs in as tight as possible. Just teleport on top of them and start spinning. Whatever. I'll let them work that out. That's what I needed to. Sorry. What are you guys saying here? I ignored you guys for quite some time because I wanted to finish my little spiel there, but I got lucky. Some people even said to me or something, you always are a lucky person. No, well, that's a similar statement. I don't think that they mean it though. Like, at least, I mean, anytime I've ever said said shit about your luck, I say it mostly in jest and because like it's interesting. I'm never gonna be like, oh man, fuck you for having such insane luck, right? Like, and I'm sure you also have some times where you also have some really bad dry streaks, if that makes sense. Like oh, fastest full rejuve flop I've ever done. I even hit my fucking elbow on my chair because of that. Ugh. That's how quickly I had to jerk my arm over to hit the 1 key. Okay, well that was pretty good. Almost woke me up there. Yeah, this is exactly one reason why I didn't want to dump everything in the bin, because of shit like this, but really lucky he didn't have conviction there. If he had conviction, I would have been fucking over. Like, I would have been dead there. Solving over from Smiter, the Merc already has might. I'll just go with that. Fast hands, 1000 IQ hands. Oh yeah, they gotta be fast and smart about it. Around thousands of Pindle ended up with a bunch of purple boxes and 2 DOFs in this. Are you fucking... Cryptic... Okay, okay. Have you seen the... Actually, I don't... You didn't play this season. This is my first time seeing you in quite some time. Did I ever show you my results of the 5,000 Pindle runs that I did? I did tell you that I was going to do 5,000 Pindle runs, didn't I? I could have sworn that I did. Max Blessed Hammer, Hammer, Blessed Aim, Vigor, Concentration, then Holy Shield. Pretty much. Can't really imagine where else these points would go. Hammer, Blessed Aim, Vigor, Concentration. Yeah, sounds about right. Anyway, slow run, but that's because, once again, I'm trying to help out Big T Fatty with his thingamajig. I guess RNG is RNG. Might be able to find Griffins, but not Tyrael's Might. No, exactly, right? But to be fair, Tyrael's Might is one of the hardest finds to get at. I, in fact, don't even think that I saw one this season. Ah, yeah, Redemption. There you go, you could, but... Anyway, I'm still pretty on board Holy Freeze, though. I mean, I've rocked Hammered in with Holy Freeze before, and it's pretty solid, I guess. Okay, well, that's that. I'm gonna do run number 625, and then, guys, with whatever small audience I have here, I'm going to go make the Pride. I've been looking forward to this all week. Like, last week, I should have already had my Pride, or have had my Pride, but I really wanted to hold out until I streamed, and I wasn't able to stream last Monday. Either I wasn't able to, or I wasn't up for it. I can't remember which now. But anyway, so what else? Yeah, Pride's coming after this run. And also Theo was saying, no, they all traded around. And they pretty much control the market every season because of it. What? Cows? Like high runes? My reaction to second jaw is like it's not gonna drop anything after first jaw drop. Also found jaw burr from pits one day. Oof. I mean, I also did too. Not jaw burr. I found jaw sir. That was on BNet. In fact, that was insane. Like, this is exactly what I mean when I say RNG is fucking rigged as shit, right? Like, I found in 600 runs of Pindle skin, or not Pindle skin, sorry. In 3,000 or 600 runs of pits, I found 2 lows. Maybe 3 lows. I think it's actually 3 lows now if you count the ones that I did off stream. But then, meanwhile, I was playing on BNet in a single night. I managed to get Jaw and Sir, right? Like, in one stream, one go. Even with even with the drop rates not being set to no drop 0, I was able to get those drop. Like, I was able to get Jaw Sir. Like, think about that. It just goes to show that RNG is interesting. Keep in mind that it was on BNet, so the Jaw and the Sir, although they were cool, they weren't really all that worthwhile because people were already duping birds by the time I got them. But still. Oh shit, I need to read what this guy was saying. Dex for max block. As before putting in points to deck, so it's CTB with SR and HS. Like, okay, that's fine. Keep man, Big Deep Fatty beat me to it. Anyway, Jeebus and them. Oh, yeah, I'll gear out one guy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Honestly, that's. I can't blame him for it. It makes sense. Like if you're trying to get ahead, have pool everything together to have one super farmer, and then that's how you get ahead, right? Like you pay it off, you have everybody else who also benefits from it. It's an interesting system. I can see why some people might complain about it, but personally, like for me, I think it's pretty clever. If you could also find other friends to do the same thing, that's awesome. But of course, like, I wouldn't go, though, as far as saying they control the market. The main reason being that a lot of the time, it doesn't even feel like they partake in the fucking market. Like, they have so many items between them that I very seldom see them actually making for trade posts on the subreddit, save for maybe, like, Jeebus. I don't think I ever really see, like, Dan making for trade posts, any of the other 1%ers making for trade posts, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, no, Big T Fatty is 10 minutes plus. Or, actually, let me make the next game and then I can actually see how long this shit lasts for. 560 seconds. Roughly 10 minutes, I mean. Minimum. 8 minutes minimum. No, not complaining, just saying that's how they do it. There aren't a lot of groups like that, them doing that on Slash. Yeah, for sure. Never played on BNet and never will. 3 lows. Yeah, 3 lows. 2 paladin skills. That's pretty cool. Best rare tiara. I don't know, to tell you the truth. What do you mean? Okay, so... Alright, well, let's take a step back for a second. Let's go make that pride, because this has been something that's been nagging away at me for a very long time. So, run number 626 will be coming up next. Let us, however, make a game, and let's go mule some shit, and then we can make a pride. Because that's something that has long been awaited. Maybe not for you guys, but definitely for me. Pride hype, yes. So, while I do some muling, I'll address this question. I really don't have any specific tiara that... Yeah, I don't actually have any specific tiara that I can earnestly say that is, like, the best. If I had found any Necro Circlet, like any 220 Necro Circlet, I would say, okay, yep, this is the one. But the reality is, honestly, probably the best tiara I ever found was... Here, let me go fetch it. I think I remember it. Diablo 2... It was this one. This is probably... Yeah, this is probably my my best circlet. Here you go. Feel free to go take a look at that if you want. That is probably my best circlet. The only thing it was missing was the FCR. It had everything else. And to tell you the truth, it might not seem like that good a circlet because it doesn't have FCR, but to tell you the truth, all of the circlets that I've ever gotten that have had FCR are just not actually worth anything. At the very least, this one had some really nice modifiers, that's why I like it, but, yeah. This one had 2 assassin skills, 28, here, I think it was 28 strength, just to double check that. Yeah, I think it was, just double check this. Yeah, 2 assassin skills, 24 strength, 28 life, 86 mana, 13 all res, magic damage reduced by 2, and 1 open socket. That was, that was a nice one. Like, once again, it didn't sell, it wasn't worth anything, but that's still probably my best rare tiara. Even as far as tiaras are concerned, I haven't found any, like, legitimately good ones or any fantastic ones that are magic even, to tell you the truth. So, I mean, that's just the sad reality. My circlet luck has been pretty shite. My boost luck, on the other hand, has been pretty solid. Even last season, I found, like, dual res with MF rare boots, and then people asked if, like, what I was looking for them, and straight up like, no, this is not for trade, I'm throwing them on my necro, dude. If that thing had 20 FCR, just 20 FCR, that would have been worth, like, Bugatti. It is sick. Yeah, it's really nice. But alas, close but no cigar. Yes. Yeah, that sounds about right. He's doing fine. So, next thing I'm gonna do, probably get rid of this Trap Skiller GC. Yeah, but you see what I mean, Fatty. Like, that was the best one that I'd found. Yeah, like, I don't know if you know this, but the season I played my Poison Necro, one of the things I was doing was rushing, or taking diadems and then, like, rushing characters, right? Like, I would rush characters all the way to Hell Mode, or not to Hell Mode, sorry, I'd level them all the way to level 9, pop their Imbue quests on plain white diadems. That's what I did. So, I actually have fetched myself a lot of circlets, and or rare tiaras, and I came to realize, to tell you the truth, I get jack shit when it comes to rare tiaras and rare circlets and rare diadems or whatever, so I just don't bother anymore. I just don't bother. There's no point. Like, I do still ID the tiaras and circlets, whether they're rare or magic, but to this day, I have not found a 220 that was actually worth a damn, okay? Like, I've had better luck with fucking crafting amulets than I have with tiaras. Yeah, if you combine all the rare and magic tiaras I've ever found, does not even compare to even my best, like, or my worst, best amulet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Tiaras are just shit for me. That's all I'm trying to get at. I don't want to make my explanation super convoluted or anything like that. So, actually, dude, crafting amulets is my thing. Like, I can craft some pretty good amulets for some reason, and it makes no fucking sense to me, but it's a thing. Okay, like, my crafted amulets. Like, I want a 220 sword, or no, wait, sorry, let me take a step back. The thing is, I can craft really good amulets, I just can't craft amulets that I can use. There is a very distinct difference here, okay? And let me explain. The season I was playing my Poison Necro, I wanted a 2 in 15 Necro amulet, okay? But it never came. It never came. Alright, like, the only time when it finally showed up was the following season. Wait, no, sorry, not the following season. It was last season, I meant. Last season, I went and crafted a bunch of amulets, and I found two amulets, alright? I found a 2 Necro 15 FCR amulet with plus life and plus mana And I also found a 2 and 20, or sorry, 2 Sork 20 FCR amulet too. When I looked at both of these, I'm like, okay, look, these are fantastic, okay? These are amazing, but I can't use them. Why are you giving these to me right now? So anyway, point is, tiaras, no-go. Crafted amulets, apparently I can craft some pretty good ones. And on that note, I'm going to show you one other amulet. And this is easily probably the best amulet. No, this isn't the best amulet. This is the best paladin amulet I think I've ever crafted. Here you go. Here you go. Okay, I'll pass you this. This is my, to this day, this is probably my best paladin amulet. Then do not, yeah, I'll let you go take a look at that, and you can decide for yourself, form your own opinion, and see. But that was, oh wow, I cannot imagine what. By the way, the thing with the 2 Paladin 20 FCR Paladin Circlet though, I don't know when you got that, but did anyone even pay for it, or did you get like on single player? Or I don't know, because the thing that has always bothered me about, like, this is why I hate tiaras. Okay, it can't just be a 220. It has to be 220 necro, right? Like if it's 220 for Sork, no one cares because Griffins exists, unless maybe they're PvP. I don't know. If you're a Paladin, you can already hit 125 FCR without a Circlet, and that's the max breakpoint. If you're playing other classes, right, like Druid, you're probably gonna want something else, like a NATO pelt, like a 5 NATO pelt, because that boosts the shit out of your damage. Unless you're really gunning for 163 FCR, I guess. Trying to think of some other examples. Amazon. Are you really gonna rock a 220 on an Amazon, or would you rather have a Griffs, right? And Barbarians too. Like, are you really gonna rock a 2 Barb 20 FCR Barbarian Circle? Like, that's the thing that bothers me about trying to get rare tiaras. It's not. It has. Yeah, exactly. It has to be Necro. Hey, by the way, ZZZ. Cham Sir Iolo, right? I just want to double check that. Cham Sir Iolo. All right. Let's take a, yeah, okay, good. I got it right this time. Cham Sir Iolo. And let me actually get the base for it, and then let me get the Io rune. Well, 1 second. Yeah, Strength, Dex, 10 FCR, 2 Paladin skills. Yeah, dude. No, that honestly is as, I really can't think of much else to make it better. Somebody might argue, oh, well, you know, it doesn't have res. No, fuck them. It's a Paladin amulet. Like, you don't need res on a Paladin amulet. Unless you're really trying to overstack res for some bizarre-ass fucking reason. But really, you don't need to overstack res. Or you don't need to have res on a crafted amulet. Like, it's so good. Strength, Dex, FCR, and Paladin skills, like, that's like a dream combination. I can't really think of a better one, really. Hey, Uncle Howie, which server is this? This is SlashDiablo. I will give you a link to it. Yeah, it runs we basically run the vanilla version of the game. Bot free, dupe free, D2JSP free private server. There are, even though I do call it vanilla in quotes, there are some things that aren't so vanilla. For example, as you can probably tell by the game, I can actually, you're allowed to map pack and multi-box, so you can actually see where you're going, and you can have multiple windows of the game open at once. So, how much FCR do you need on Paladin Ami? 10. 10. That's exactly the thing. Like this is the thing, right? If you're playing a Paladin, I know this might sound contrived, but this is the reality. If you're playing a Paladin and you're farming, you're probably going to be farming with a Hammerdin. And if you're farming with a Hammerdin, there's only really one way to go, and that's Hodo, Spirit, Enigma, Arachnid Sash, Mage Fists, and already with that setup you have Teleport and 115 FCR. Okay, and then after that, well, okay, you could throw on an FCR ring and a Maras, or you could just have the 2 Paladin skills, 10 FCR amulet to hit 125 FCR. Boom, you're done. Goodbye. That's it. So you don't actually need a 220 Paladin circlet, and you also do not need a any more FCR rings or anything like that. It is that simple. It is the easiest to set up build out there, and there's very little room for like trying to, I guess, innovate anything with that build. I mean, you could run like a Phoenix Shield and then the 220 or 2 FCR rings and 210 Ami or some shit like that, but really though, Meeberdin, yeah, made a Smiter wants to get rich, which worked quite well. Oh really? That's actually pretty interesting. Now, how did that work out? I mean, you probably ran torches, I'd imagine, but like, how did you get those keys to begin with? Alright. Is it more like a fun server? I don't know what you would define a fun server. I'd imagine that the whole reason why private servers exist are specifically to be for fun. So yeah, it's a very strange question. But it is fun, though. That is why I am playing on it. I will vouch for it being fun, that's for sure. I mean, like, for me, the reason why I play on Slash and no other private server is because it's as close to the vanilla gameplay as it gets. Like, yeah, we get map hack and we get multi-boxing, but the map hacking and multi-boxing feels more quality of life for me than anything else. I want to be able to mess around with, you know, the original characters without them getting tweaks or nerfs or buffs to their skill sets, without them adding new rune words like, you know, or changing rune words like Enigma. Like, I know in Path of Diablo they changed teleport to warp, which, okay, I can't blame them, I guess, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, no, like, I enjoy Slash a lot. The question was, I mean, I'll explain the drop rates in a second. Okay, before I do, I wanna get this roll out of the way because it's been so long since I've done this. Cham Sir Io Low. Cham Sir Io Low. Cham Sir Io Low. Right? Cham. Oh, it's a 4-socket thresher. Okay, what could possibly go wrong with this rune word? Cham Sir Io and Low. Pride. I should have guessed on the concentration roll, but I would have actually guessed probably 17, but of course it's like, there seems to be a knack this season for me rolling the minimum possible value on my important rune words, but you know what? What matters now is that I have a pride. Haha, take that. Yeah! Yeah, we did it! We did it! Yeah, GG! Well, except for the roll, I guess, but... Alright, check this out, okay? 2,000? Aw, yeah, extra 700 damage on my... Well, that's actually on-screen damage, so it lies, but besides the point, we don't rain on my parade yet. Sexy Merc. Oh, yes, absolutely. Buy keys from the noobs who farm them. Just literally... Oh, you're talking about on Slash? If so, then yeah, that's actually really clever. I mean, that's what I did, though. To be honest, it worked out for me. Like, I can see why you would say that, oh yeah, those guys are suckers, but... I mean, in my case, when I played the season with my Barb, I know that my luck with torches is fucking awful. So I just sold it. Got a jaw for it. It's kind of like, try to run all the torches myself and risk getting, like, jack shit, or do the torches... granted, this was, like, day 6, so they weren't worth as much as... Well, actually, no, they were still worth a lot. I don't know. The thing that bothers me about torches is whenever I run torches, it's like, oh, here's a druid torch. Here's 2 druid torches. Here's 2 druid torches and a barb torch. Oh, it's like, oh, that's not bad. Oh, here's 2 druid torches, a barb torch, and an assassin torch. It's like, okay, well, fuck this. Like, I don't know. At that point, I'm just like, I'll just give you the keys. You farm the torches. I'll take the jaw rune. That's what happened with the barb. With the season, I went the singer barb, and that's how I got one step closer to Enigma. Anyway. Take a look at my... Oh, wait, there's one more thing I gotta do, and that's to replace G-Face with a source of lifesteal. Almost forgot about that. I believe I threw away my Andes, or I traded off for Mal because I didn't think I'd need it, but maybe I have an alternative. Sorry, Uncle Howie, I almost forgot to answer your question here. So the drop rates are... They are higher than normal, but it's not like the items themselves have been configured to drop at a higher rate, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't make sense. You know how... Okay. You know how on regular Diablo 2... on regular Diablo 2... the more players you have in a game, the more likely a monster is to drop items. On SlashDiablo, this isn't the case. The drop setting is always set to be better than players 8. Yeah, what that means is, like, imagine having 8 players in your game in the same area as you, even though you're on players 1. That's basically SlashDiablo's drop settings. Some people like that. Some people absolutely hate it because it makes the game a lot easier, but for me, I really enjoy it because it means that farming on players 1 is not as frustrating for builds of mine that are like really weird that very much welcome this, I guess, drop setting change. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And I just need my patented 3 open socket F30 IAS Cham helmet. That's nice. Alright. On Slash, this one. Oh, this was on. Oh, you're talking about JSP. My mistake. I did not realize you were talking about JSP. Well, if that's the case, then well, perhaps I dare say you might be the sucker, because then very likely the people who sold you the torches were probably, or who sold you the presumably organ sets, had probably just bought them anyway overnight. So, eh. I see what you're saying, though, for sure. That's an interesting way of earning cash. So let's actually see how well this build works now that I have Pride. Now I just need my Merc to proc Might Aura, and then we're good to go. That's what I was thinking. Have you ever played on Europe Battle.net? That's the name of the server, not the original Battle.net. Yeah, no, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Whew. Nice. I don't actually feel the difference yet, but we will. So, yeah, I have heard of Europe.Battle.net, or Europe Battle.net, and to be honest, I'm not interested in it. I've looked into it, and I looked at some of the changes that they've made, and I'm like, nope, that's okay. That's, already this is too much for me. Even something as simple as like, oh, well, now the XP rates are much higher, and you could just level your character super fast. I personally don't like that. I actually like being able to grind the levels out for my character. Interestingly enough, it's weird. I like to grind out the levels. I don't so much enjoy having to grind the items. I guess it's because with the levels there's a specific fixed rate. Like, you know that you have to do X number of runs, and you know you can farm specific areas for it. Like, leveling isn't that big a deal for me. Personally, and I just realized that my Merc still hasn't popped his Might Aura, but... Hey, look at that! A Gull Rune! Well, that's interesting. I will put that down as... That's probably the most interesting skiller I've found. There you go. Alright, for those that don't get the joke, I'm implying that the Warcry skiller is worth a gull, because this season the prices are fucking botched as shit. So I don't get... At this time, this miner was my only character on LOD. I was farming FG to spend on classic characters. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I paid for Russian, the basic miner gear, and the only thing I did on expansion was run on Ubers. Fair enough. Not profit off bots if I wasn't running them myself. Oh, no, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying why not. No, it totally makes sense. I just... the thing is, when you said you were taking advantage of people being stupid, I was like, I thought you meant that for Slash. At which point, then I could see, like, yes, I'm saying this half jokingly, but yeah, It's not like you're taking advantage of their stupidity because they probably just bought them anyway. Oh, would you look at that? A set Corona. Griswold's Valor. Anyway, yeah, it's okay. Dude, like, if that gets you what you need for on BNet, then that's awesome. Like, good on you. I mean, I'm not saying like it was bad or if it was good or anything like that. I'm just making an observation. I wouldn't know if I'd go as far as saying that take advantage of people being dumb because they're probably just like, okay, well, got some forum gold off of you, and my bot's gonna keep running. All's good in the hood. That's all I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm not trying to shit on the idea of running flipping key sets into torches to make a profit. Like, that's pretty clever. Anyway. Grizz Corona. Run number 626. Probably not something worth keeping, but keep it anyway because it's a pretty cool find. Same for me? Oh, that's fair. You have a point. They changed a lot of stuff in this Amazon's Beast. Open cow. You want me to open cow level? Oof, them's a fighting words. Here, let me finish this run, and just for you, because you seem like a pretty chill dude, I will, I assume you're a chill dude, and not a dudette or anything like that. Let me just finish this run, because I'm already getting started, and then I'll show you, I'll show you how this build performs in cows. It is pretty legit, though, this, Zon build, but it's not done yet. There is... yeah, there's... Oh, there you go, Might Aura. Okay, good. My Merc actually popped Might Aura, so now my damage is up to 4,000. Woo, there you go. There you go. That's the damage I like to see. There you go. That's so much better. Ah, yeah. Oh. Alright, see you later. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew. Oh, I love it. Sorry. Shitty sound effects, but honestly, you guys have no... I've been waiting the entire fucking season for this setup right here. Like, to finally reach it is like... This is a godsend, like, for real. Lightning res, fire res, and 20 MF. You know what? Yeah, I'll throw it on my trophies mule. That's... that's pretty cute. Oops, I didn't mean to strafe that, I meant to multi-shot. Don't get triggered by bots like you, or by bots like you, or duping burst. Found the manual lose lots more. Okay, sorry, my mistake. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, fair enough. Like, if real people are real people, then you're flipping torches off them, then yeah, that totally makes sense, right? Like honestly, anything to do with D2JSP is the way to go. If you're on BNet and you're trying to make forum gold, or if you're trying to make like wealth and you don't care about, you know, oh well, it's against the terms of use, well then yeah, like straight up, like you want those, you're gonna be trying to do something with JSP. And your method is pretty clever for sure. Back in my day, what I like to do was to just do G rushes for people. That was my way of making monies. I felt like it was easy labor, right? Like, just make like a level 40 character, takes like a couple hours, and then you can just like rush 7 people with it. Like, oh wow, easy peasy, like no problem, right? So that was pretty good. That was my method for it. Anyway, but that was a long time ago though. Even on JSP, like more than we're not botters. I believe you. No, I totally believe you. Alright, so yes, we had a request from Uncle Howie who wanted to see me run some cows. So let's actually do a cow run here. The botters need normal people to sell their stuff too, since they all have the same crap from botting. Fair enough. No, it works so well, so any noob could log on there and sell a few things about whatever they needed from the bottles, like Hirons. Yeah, that's fair. That was a fun way. Yeah, honestly, classic, like, rushing people for wealth was a lot of fun. It was like, it actually felt like an alternative means to make wealth, right? Like, because at least you get to provide a service rather than, and it's like stable currency too. Wait a second. Do I even have the portal open here? Sorry, I may have fucked this up. Let me just check this quickly. I may not have the portal open. Oh, no, it is open. Alright, fantastic. Well, anyway, Getting like a Gull rune for every rush. Yeah, no, exactly. Some people even did things like Gull for, or Rush for Hellforge, but I mean, I never thought that was worth it since it was like, you know, the odds are not really in your favor for getting something really good. And can my Mark just fucking pop Might Aura, or do I need to like throw him in the middle of everything? I'll get to your question in a second, Uncle Howie. Please ping me if I forget. I'm talking to ZZZ right now, but in terms of FG value, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, in terms of forum gold value. No, honestly though, with 7 paladins in the same game, yeah, of course there's 7 paladins. Like I wonder what they're planning to do with those 7 paladins. Oh yeah, not looking too good for my Boazon. Anyway, I'll talk more about the build in a second, Howie, because I do want to. I never actually talked about the build itself. I've just been doing the runs, and I haven't been saying much. Most of the people here have kind of seen the Boazon, so I don't talk about it as much now. But making that Pride was a huge boost to my damage. That's a massive damage increase for me. But no, really though. Like, I really like doing rushes for forum gold. It's like labor, right? Like, you don't just have this non-stop farm to get wealth. It's like, you offer rushes, and it's like nice and simple and chill, and you feel powerful doing it, just, you know, getting a level 80 plus character, just go crush everything, and then you know, get some forum gold. And you get their characters. It's awesome. You don't even have to, like, do chaos runs for them or anything like that. I also really enjoyed like doing leveling services. I'm telling you, labor was where it was at for me. I had a lot of fun with those. Anyway, seems strange. I wonder what they're doing with 7 paladins. Yeah, no, for real though. No, that's awesome. I mean, but that's exactly why I wanted to step away from D2JSP for sure. Anyway. Howie, so let's talk about some of the questions you were asking. First things first, how many people play here approximately? So to tell you the truth, Howie, I do recommend keeping SlashDiablo in mind until July. Like, I don't know how much of a D2 fanatic you are. I always play D2, so like it's always relevant to me personally. But right now we are a month and 15 days into the season. Like, we're almost 2 months into the season, so we're like at the midway point. Things are starting to die down a little bit, like not like literally die, but there's not nearly as many people as there were in the first few days of the ladder reset, by any means. The first few days of the ladder reset, you gotta make sure that these arrows don't accidentally hit the cow king. Yeah, let me just get away from here. But yeah, the first few days of the ladder reset were pretty abundant. There were like 400 people, I think? Yeah, I think there was close to 400 people on reset night, usually. And like, reset weekend is usually upwards of 350 consistently. Recently I've seen even some times which have reached closer to 500, but I think that was like last season. There were an influx of new people last season after the whole Diablo Immoral thing was announced, so that was the thing. Anyway, yeah. There's a lot of stuff. So they did, yeah. So definitely Europe BattleNet. I mean, I looked into it, like I said, and it wasn't just the XP rates, but like even the items. Like, they actually changed the way some items were. I think they gave Tyrael's Might +1 to teleport. Honestly, that by itself I wouldn't mind, I guess. Like the reality is, if I were to look for a vanilla D2 private server, I would want to keep the effects of the items the same, to tell you the truth. But even then, like, Tyrael's Might I can understand, but there were also a lot of other things they did. Oh, I remember. Things like being able to cube down runes. I think that was one of the big things. I was not in agreement with that, for sure. And they also did a bunch of other stuff. Like, I had to go pull up the change log or whatever, but there were definitely some things which I didn't agree with when it came to Europe BattleNet. Now, regarding the Amazon being Beast, it's pretty awesome. I really enjoy it. It's not like the strongest build out there, but you can kind of see that it works really nicely. But what you gotta understand, this is a 5-minute cow run. this is not a build that is meant for doing everything. Like, this is not like a do everything build, and like this has a very specific objective, and it does that one objective reasonably well, okay? And even at that, it's not the best. And that one thing that it does well is pits. Like, all of the equipment that I'm using is geared specifically for pits. That's why I don't run cows. Like Laying of Hands has plus 350% damage to demons. Cows are not demons, so I don't do nearly as much damage to... Oh, there you go. Like, look at this. Look how quickly everything will die. Like, this is why I don't run cows, right? Like, these... Or one of the reasons I don't run cows, it's... Laying of Hands is useless there when everything there is an animal and not a demon. Here, though, in pits, everything except for the Bone Warriors are demons. So basically, everything will die in 2 shots. Given that my Merc sometime in the next century actually pops his fucking Might Aura, which he refuses to do, as per the usual. There you go. Okay, now he pops Might Aura. Too much water is not enough real people. Slash is much better. Oh yeah, yeah, for real. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I never had an issue with JSP. Like, to be honest, like, I talked a lot of shit about JSP, but, like, for me, what does it is the botters and the dupers. Like, it bothers me, too, that, like, currency carries over from one season to another. That's, like, my biggest complaint with D2JSP. And also that, yeah, you can buy Forum Gold, which is kind of like, okay, well, this makes it no less than, you know, it's, like, essentially the same as buying it from real-world item shops, but like aside from that, like I could even ignore those. It's just the fact that shit gets carried over. So it's like a ladder reset isn't really a ladder reset, it feels like sometimes. When you have people rocking like fucking 10,000 Forum Gold being like, okay, I want a jaw, I want a bird, I'll pay like 1,000 Forum Gold for it, and voila. They have their thing, right? Then, but honestly, that's just like one of many issues. Like that's not even like my biggest issue. The botters is still like #1 for me. Botters, then the dupers, then everything else that comes after for sure. And they gave it plus in Q, you can do 1 gem to load Pef, which is kind of fucked. I mean, like, I can see... This is the thing. Even on Slash, there's some people who are talking about trying to do the same thing. And I'm like, okay, like, you don't need to have it be the case. Okay, first of all, this is the problem with cubing down, okay? 1 Zod rune turns into 2 Chams, 2 Chams turns into 4 Jaws, and 4 Jaws turn into 8 Burrs. That makes no fucking sense. And even assuming that you wanted to say that it makes sense in whatever weird realm of reality you live in, do you really want to have a Zod be equal to 4 infinities? Like, I personally am not on board with that. Like, there's this... Yeah, no, I'm good. Honestly, yeah, Zod is a rare rune, and Cham is a rare rune, and honestly, they deserve better rune words than what they actually got. But trying to make them turn into, like, double Jaws and double Burrs is like, yeah, no. Just no. What else did I want to say about that, though? Oh, yes, Minor, very nice. Oh yeah, the point I was making to people in the thread where it came up, just because a rune is more rare doesn't mean that it has to be worth more, or for that matter that we give it value. Like, yeah, okay, you got a Cham, it fucking sucks, and it's a meme, but honestly, I think it's fine the way it is. Like whatever, right? Like, it is what it is. A Cham is a Cham. It's a slippery slope once you start changing things on a browser, which is why I only play Slash. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, right? Like, I do believe that it is a very slippery slope when it comes to changing things, but I can even tolerate a shift in drop rates, because at the end of the day, like, all it changes is, like, how often items drop. I don't really care so much about that. I care about, like, being able to dick around with fun builds, right? And I actually do that, right? Like, I do Swapcast TeleBowazon next season. I'll well, actually, I can't talk about next season, but I got to mess around with my Poison Necro. I got to do this. Like, if with vanilla D2, by the way, vanilla D2 rune words, vanilla D2 drop rates, etc., right? Like, or not vanilla D2 drop rates, but vanilla D2 XP, I meant. Yeah, it's the game I know, and it's like I get to work within the realm of what I remember this game as, so that's really important to me. The drop settings I can even ignore. Like, I could honestly, I wouldn't care even at all about it, really, except for the fact that people bitch so much about it. So, oh, hold on, that was a 14 all res GC. I'll hold on to that. Hey, Ruler of, nice to see you. That was when N Jaguar gets rich. I don't know who N Jaguar is. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the whole idea of buying Forum Gold, but I know some people don't buy Forum Gold, which is understandable. A few people buy FG. Yeah. New games now. Most people don't spend hardly anything when it comes to 10 and pay for everyone else. Smart ones buy FG. 10 and get you more than 1 hour's worth of in-game farming. Oh, and Jaguar runs D2J. I did not know that. How many good geared characters do you have? On this ladder, 1. That's another thing too, right? Like, there's a lot of people who insist that, oh shit, like, that it's like super easy to gear up like all your characters with these drop rates. I guess one might argue that it actually is, but here, this is my account with the majority of my well-equipped characters. And these are characters from past seasons. I played this Druid, this Cold Druid, last season. The season before that, I used the Singer Barbarian. The season before that, I believe I used a Poison Necromancer that was more decked out than the one that came before it. Anyway, I don't want to get into the full story. I don't want to bore the shit out of you, but the idea here is I'd say I have about 6 characters that are well geared, not like best in slot geared, but 6 characters that are well geared. 5 of which are on non-ladder. To be honest, I like to stick to one well geared character or one main character per season for farming, and just like the general do everything with. It's like a journey, you know. It's like an epic that I like to create. You start off with one character, you go rags to riches with that character. For me, that is the most fun way to play the game. There's a lot of people who start off with for example, a Sork or a Necro, and then they will go and like build up their other characters. Me, I'm not like that. I like to start with one character, and then I like to play that character all the way to the bitter end. So this Zon has been my main man or main woman for the season. So yeah, for this season, this is my only well-geared character, but I have plenty of other characters too from past seasons. Hope that answers your question. My account is no. My account is not even full. See, this is another perk of playing on Slash. You get to play. You get to have up to 16 characters per account, which, once again, it's not vanilla like in botnet, but this is something I can definitely live with, that's for sure. So no, my account is not actually full. You can have more than 8? Yeah, you just gotta scroll down, dude. That's it. Play the same way, 1 per season. Dude, that is the way to go. Like, for me, I don't know. Like, I know there's some people who get bored running 1 character per season, but I love running 1 character per season. Yeah, BNet is more than 8 now, too, but they only recently switched, if I recall correctly. I know that in the past, it, for a very long time, used to just be straight up, it used to just be 8 per account. Here on Slash, you can have up to 16. And it's been like that since, like, 2016, I think, is when I hopped on. I think late 2015 even is when I came on. Wow, I've been playing on this. It's been 8 seasons I think I've played, so 2.5 years. Yeah, late 2016. There you go. Gave me things. Let's see. Do a lightning sword. try... Over 120 FCR. Well, he said he has decent gear. Before I hit sleep. Oh no, that's cool. No need to apologize. I don't know why people apologize for disappearing and coming back. It's like the stream's here for your enjoyment. Like lazy answers. Like, what the f— okay, you don't have the bow barb. Meth, Andy. Andy, Meth, Countess. Trying to think of some other ones. AT and Pits with some, with a number of, are there with some items. Let's see. Let's see. Nightmare Meth runs. You're better off moat tricking Hell Meth. Yeah, whatever. See, this is why sometimes I just don't even bother with like trying to help people. It's like, I get this shit. Like, lazy answers. Like, no, fuck. I'm taking time out of my fucking pit run to answer. I'm talking to you guys. Where are the pit? Okay, maybe he's newer to the server, I guess. A1 outer cloister. Follow the road outward. Anyway, let's see. What else were you guys saying? Hey, Seth. Nice to see you. A number of people showing up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, ruler of you can have more than 8 characters. Sorry, I took a bit of a like. I wanted to actually properly greet you, but I got caught up in this discussion about Sorks. Like he's asking. Like this is the thing. I kinda don't blame him. It was a bit of a premature dick response, in my opinion. But like I can also see like yeah. He probably, like, if he really wanted to insist on, yes, he wants to play the Light Sword, then fair enough, he should have let us know, but I can see that, yeah, that's what he wants to commit to. Yeah, I mean, he wants to play Light Sword. I know that feeling. I fucking started off as a Boazon, so I kind of know that, but oh, hey, look, a diadem. Alright, I can up the diadem counter. One sec, guys. And then after that, I can start saying some stuff to you guys, particularly Seth, who had just gotten here, and Fatty, too. Grizz Corona troll as usual. Oh yeah, for sure. What pride rolled? Oh, pfft. I'll let you sink this in. That's lovely. Tell that guy to farm Countess. I did. No, it's dead. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, Lightsork is a legit key farmer without Infinity. Especially Countess. Like, Countess is actually pretty safe as a Lightsork without Infin. The only problem is you're not going to be getting the big butts, you know, like you're not going to be farming 85 areas, you're not going to be farming Chaos. He doesn't even have a bow barb, and he doesn't want to play cookie cutters, so I can't even recommend Chaos to him, so good luck with that. But no, seriously, I'm giving him the decent answer there. What is that? Have an Aki. You use the lower res wand on Switch. You cast lower res on the monsters that you want to kill. Yeah. Or alternatively, he could just make Sea Moon, but I don't even know if he has an Umrin, and I can't be arsed to go figure it out. Hey, Dicey, good day, nice to catch you this early for a change. Yeah, no, it is good to see you. You've come at a very good time. I can actually show off to you the power of pride. No, Fatty, this is not decent. Bruh, concentration rolls 16 to 20. It rolls 16 to 20, and I rolled 16. Of course. 16, 17, 18, 19, or 20. It rolls 16. And meanwhile, we have Faith, 12 to 15. You know what? Let's also roll 12 on that. All of the high-end rune words I roll are always minimum. It is glorious as fuck. Anyway. Cool. The skill is called lower res. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna let him figure that out. I'm gonna continue my runs because I took 7 minutes on this run, and that's because I was trying to actually help him figure something out, and I got a rude response instead. Tell him the farm den of evil easy monster Vex and Ohm can drop there. Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess I could tell him that, but honestly, I would sooner vouch for the aforementioned places anti-meth, and whatever the fuck it's called. I could also tell him to farm lower Kurost, but you know what? I'll show him a bit of mercy today, I think. Oh, look at the other stat rather than concentration. Dude, feels bad. Feels bad. Here, can I get my Merc to pop Might Aura for a change? Come on, go Merc! Might Aura! Might Aura! Might Aura! Might Aura! Ugh. This is hopeless. I don't... That's the one drawback to this build, I had to be honest. I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how to make... Oh, there you go, finally, fuck. It only took like 3 mobs to get Might Aura to proc. I have no idea what triggers Might Aura for my Merc. Because once he pops Might Aura with Concentration Aura, like, my guy actually does like a fuck ton of damage. But otherwise, I'm just running pits without, you know, Might Aura. That's the one thing that I noticed. If it were instantaneous, that'd be glorious. Oh, hey, look, second 30 FRW Tiara. A1 Akara, in Hell, can sell them. Yes, keep remaking. And let me guess, he's not going to find one after 15 tries, and then he's going to come back and be like, oh, does it actually exist? Anyway. Let's see. Who are these people who don't know what the Pits or an LR1 is playing on private D2 servers? Hey, look, another Bone Shade. I don't know. Some people haven't played in a long time. I'm not gonna judge. It's just if, you know, there are people who are new to this server and are trying to refresh themselves in the game. And if they want to learn, then they... You know, they can not be rude about it, and if they're going to be rude about it, then, well, then I don't know what to say. At that point, it's like, I don't know who these people are. Alright, but, I mean, it seems like maybe he's not... I actually don't remember my last interaction with Shoobs. Maybe I'm not, maybe I'm being a little bit too salty about it. Like, Yeah, you see, it seems like now he's not really like making a huge deal about people trying to tell him to do this or that, so it's whatever, I guess. Needs to be in combat for Aura. I think he needs to get hit. So I need to put... Okay, so what you're telling me is I need to allow him to get hit, which means I need to throw him into the middle of a pack, preferably archers, so that maybe he'll get hit by monsters. Alright, let's try that. Wasn't there a guy that wanted an anti-perf one early ladder? Ooh, anti-perf what? Fucking... There you go. Okay, well, this is embarrassing. There you go, okay. Let me see that pride again. Yeah, sure, absolutely. All yours, my friend. All yours. Mr. R2D2, fuck you. Isn't that the way? It's alright, you'll max your root... Actually, yeah, Ticey, that is exactly what I'm thinking. That is exactly what I am thinking. We are setting ourselves up for success when it comes to the Diamond Bow. Although, honestly, even without the Diamond Bow, like, if I don't get the Diamond Bow, or if I don't get, like, a 14 or a 15 roll on the Diamond Bow, then well, sorry. Even if I hit a level 12 roll on the diamond bow, I can still hit max IAS breakpoint, which, once again, that is the last big damage boost that I can really get on this character, like DPS boost. Like, yeah, when I switch to a diamond bow, it's not going to really increase my DPS, it just increases my, I guess, consistency on my cones. Yeah, so that's the thing. As Google said, 53% chance of orange happening on your runs today. Oh man. Sure, this month is always sacred for you. Okay, sure. Did I miss out on the pride making? I am afraid that you did, Kingsley. I had just made it a couple games ago. Run number 629, I think I made it. Or was it 625? Yeah, I'm sorry. You did miss out. But, I mean, you can see the aftermath. The runs are so... Well, they don't look faster because I've been half talking to this guy, and I've also been... let's see, what was the other thing I'm doing? Oh, yeah, these last few maps have been pretty dog shit, but aside from that... Well, at least it's not an anti-perf pride. It rolls 260 to 300 bonus day. Thank you for this. This sad reminder that, well, it was an anti-perf, I guess, but it was pretty damn close, of course. Also, come to think of it, I should be collecting these diadems. No, like, actually, I know that, like, white diadems is something that I know Washia needs, and Washia's a cool guy, so I'll hold on to these for him. He's asking, like, this is what I'm talking about. He's asking, like, he's offering per white diadem. I'll give it to him for free because, well, one, I don't need and two, it's, like, yeah, he's chill. I know him. Probably near perfect if you look at it another way. Oh, thank you for that, Kingsley. 12 hours left for D2 grind. I don't know what you mean. Back to D2 for once again. I am not sure what you are talking about, to tell you the truth. In my case, I'm not planning to play D2 for the next, you know, for 12 more hours. I'm planning to play D2 for another, well, however long it takes me to get to run number 700, which, now that I made the pride, it should be a little bit quicker, so that's a thing, right? Yeah, like, look at this. And... Anyway, are you still around, Uncle Hack? Oh, what is the price of Griffin, for example, in Slash? So, yeah, I'm sorry, there's been a number of conversations I've been trying to juggle at the same time, so if I don't get to your comment right away, then it's, that's my apologies. So, I don't know if you're still around, but, the price of Griffins, it depends on the role, it depends on what point of the ladder you're in. There are no fixed prices when it comes to items on Slash. This is the thing that a lot of people just, for the life of them, can't wrap their head around. It's like, sometimes, like, I've seen Griffs go for as low as a Burrune. I've seen it go for as high as, actually, I don't know how high I've seen it, but, like, I've definitely seen some Griffs go for, like, 15 ohms. Like, the good ones with high minus defense rolls. Yeah, not minus defense, but... Okay, well... Come on, pop might world. What the fuck? I can't swapcast. Okay, there you go. Alright, let's see. Okay, good. You got Might Aura off. Alright, time to begin the run. Me that I will be playing Diablo 2 after 3 consecutive months of studying for exams. Ooh, very nice. I wish you the best of luck on that. Yeah, that's interesting. Keep me posted for sure, Fatty, because I am very curious to see where you end up with those 1,000 AT runs. Although, once again, they did tinker around a fair bit with Europe Battle.net runs, or drop rates, I think. I'm not sure about that, so I would have to look into that, but I don't know if the drop rates there would really be useful for me, who's trying to look into the drop, what to expect on Slash. Yeah, I really want 7 FPA though. 7 frames per attack is, whew, that's gonna be its own, that'll be even better. Like, I'm firing pretty quickly right now. It's like a fully automatic shotgun, but once I get my hands on that diamond bow and I get like more IAS, oh, it'll be fantastic. We'll make documentary about it. All right, sounds good. How much DC level 87 items? Man, you're even going to keep track of that? That's another thing, too. It's already bad enough that you're going to do the however many thousand runs to try and get your materials, but now you're going to try and keep track of DC 87s? I don't know, man. You're taking on a very, like, in all seriousness, you're taking on a very, what will probably a very arduous journey, so, yeah, best of luck. I saw a project right away, not even joking. That's cool. Just call it the race to 5,000 runs or Tyrael's Might. Or 1,000, I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm just about done here. Alright, let me actually, I'm actually going to take a look one more time to see if there's anything that I've missed out on. I don't think... let me know if there's stuff that you guys want to ask. I'm just chilling, trying to do my runs. Showing off my character as before. I think I've answered pretty much everybody, but I don't know if I answered them in time, like in the case of... in the case of Uncle Howie. Anyway, let me try this. I'm actually gonna, well, while I'm waiting for people to throw the usual questions at me, usual comments, I'm gonna probably try and focus a bit more on this run. I want to actually see how quickly I can do the run if I actually am trying, I guess. Did he pop Might Aura? Actually can't tell if he popped Might Aura. I think he popped Might Aura. No, he didn't. Shit. Oh, come on. Pop Might Aura. What do I need? Come on, Might Aura. Yeah, you know what? From now on, I'm not gonna try to pop Might Aura. I think that's really slowing my runs down. I just have to cross my fingers that he pops Might Aura sometime during the run. Like with the concentration aura, I'm getting like the damage boost that he would have been giving me if he had had Might Aura up. So, and it's a very noticeable increase in damage. Like, I should die a lot quicker. What did it do with the Wind Force I found? Let it sit and rot my mule, of course. What else am I gonna do with it? Like, no one. There are people still making Boazons, but like, there's more Boazons on the server than demand. So that's a thing, right? Like, if somebody wanted the Wind Force, I'd just give it to them. Like, yeah, it's cool that I found like a Perf Wind Force on the 2 available rolls on that item, but it might not even be 2. It might actually just be the mana stolen per hit. I think it's only 1 actually, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't try and like charge somebody for Wind Force. Like, I mean, Instant D's had a shit ton of those. He found like 3 Wind Forces, if I recall correctly, and he gave me one for free, or he offered me one for Mal, I can't remember. But by then, I had already bought my own Wind Force for Mal, so... like... And I'm one of the very few Boazons right now, I guess. Like, I know I said that there were other people looking to make a Boazon, but... aside from that... Anyway, that's okay. Yeah, it's slow, but once again, I really do think I need to try and... I don't really think there's a way to pop... get my Merc to pop his fucking Might Aura. Like, I wish it was as simple as, like, taking off his weapon and just putting it back on. That'd be so simple, but... nah, that doesn't do it. Like, I need to actually have him get hit. Otherwise, for some reason, he just straight up goes like full retard, then just sits there and does nothing. Giveaway items, either Charcy or currency. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's what I mean, we've been talking about this before. That's one of the reasons I carry so many items, right? Like, a lot of the items that I like to hold on to are items that I know other people will or might, even might need. I know Wishy is looking for items. I'll throw it at him. Yeah, sure. But in the case of these Wind Forces, like, I kept the Wind Force because it's a trophy item, but at this point, like, if somebody needs it, I just give it, right? Like, even like the +4 trap assassin claws I got from my Sorry, I had to mute myself for a sec. So, let's see. I already told you about my muling practice. No, I know, and you already know about mine. No, in the case of Wind Force, I kept it as a trophy. Like, I don't know, I like keeping trophy items. That's one of the things I really enjoy about this game. But to tell you the truth, though, next season is definitely going to be one where I'm going to need to adopt that, that mentality. Currency or Charcy, right? Like, although it's gonna be more Charcy than anything else. Like if it's an item I don't need, then I'm just gonna straight up like junk it, unless somebody I know specifically that somebody's looking for it. Somebody that, you know, anyway, I don't know. Probably even that would be a bit of a stretch. Project called Running Sparkle Chest. Yeah, I know you were asking about those. No, it's interesting. Did you talk about that together? I know that I was talking to others about sparkly chests a while ago on the topic of areas that are supposed to be the most awesome for farming on Slash. One of the things that I was thinking about is, wouldn't it be interesting if sparkly chests actually had like a really good chance to drop items in Slash or some shit? I don't know, right? Like, it was just a thought that occurred to me, so yeah. I mean, I encourage you to go for sparkly chests, assuming that you're not trying to pop the sparkly chest to get Tyrell's Might, or any other orange box for that matter. Like, I'm just curious to see what one might get from sparkly chests as you run them over and over. Can't imagine it being more fun than more Kuros, though. Halls of Pain and Anguish runs? Halls of Pain runs, like, that's the thing. Hop runs are pretty fun, because of the flares, or especially because of the flares, but the thing is, with Hop, like, there's no real reason for you to farm Hop because it's a level 84 area, like, especially not over. Like, if you want high runes, then you're probably better off going to either Chaos or Cows, obviously. If you're looking for orange boxes, for sure you want to go for Pits or any other 85 area, including Chaos too, even, right? Like, this isn't just one big advertisement for Chaos, but it, like, you know, dead serious. Like, there's no good reason to be farming Hop. Okay, anyway, so, good luck finding an orange box today. Bet you will. If you did, then I don't know what to say. Yeah, well, I'll let you know. More likely than not, it won't be today, but hey, you know what? I welcome an orange box, why not? Although, actually, you know what? If I do find an orange box, I know exactly where it's going. I'm straight up gonna take whatever wealth I find from it, and I'm just gonna keep re-rolling a faith until I find the 15. Like, I'm dead serious, because, yeah, that'd be pretty fucking awesome. I'd be happy with that. So I chaos. I heard you like chaos. So I chaos some chaos in your chaos, so you can do more chaos while you chaos for more chaos. Yes. I don't know what more to say than that. No, but really, like, I just can't see a good. Well, I mean, to be honest, I can think of one reason to farm Hop over Chaos Cows and other 85 areas. Assuming that you're not looking for oranges and that you're just looking for, like, rares and just good, like, cool items that could be rare, magic, or just plain uniques, or even, like, purple boxes. Hop isn't the best at these, but the thing that's awesome about Hop is that the flares there are fragile. Like, they don't have that much health. So you can kill them a lot easier than cows. And the Venom Lords in Chaos, so that's a thing too. right? Like, and you can also do it with plenty of MF. So that's the one thing I'll admit with Hop that's pretty good. But I don't really think that it's worth it for the amount of time spent there. What if I'm looking for apples? Okay, yeah, well then you're not going to really find that anywhere anyway on Diablo 2. That's something that you have to go to a supermarket for. And unfortunately, that is just not something the realm of D2 will be offering you, I'd imagine. Enough oranges already. Oh, I see what you did there. Clever man, clever man. Anyway, yeah, honestly, this is pretty good. I mean, last week, I'm a little bit upset I didn't stream last week, because if I had streamed last week, then I'd be one step closer to hitting the 1,000 runs. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with, like, I mean, if I can't stream, I can't stream. Or if I don't want to stream, then I won't stream either, right? Like, I mean, I'm gonna be completing this at my own pace, and unlike the season where I did 1,000 pit runs. You know, honestly, one of the reasons why I think I never finished that, the first 1,000 pit runs, it wasn't because, like, I had run out of time. I just, I got really sick of the double tally. Like, that was really killing me. It makes zeros, ugh. I don't know. The fact that a barb, I can't run it with 86, or I can't run it with even something like 63 FCR on Slash was just pissing me off. Like, I could not deal with that anymore. So that's one reason why I was pretty pissed off about playing the barb. But this season, I'm pretty sure I'm going to commit. Like, I really actually, I do very much enjoy this build. It's probably my third favorite build, to be honest. Ooh, 7 FHR, 10 all res jewel. Not bad, not bad. Let's just... That jewel, yeah, not bad. Yeah, no, but really, this is probably my third favorite build. Swapcast TeleBowazon. It's also probably the only original one that I've come up with. And speaking of which, hey, Francis, welcome here to the stream. So this is Swapcasting Teleport to Normal Attack. Yes, that is correct. And I actually don't... This is the thing I forgot to test out. Well, not really test, but... sure. Let's use Magic Arrow for this. Okay. So, the thing is, I don't have to use normal attack. I could use whatever I want. Well, maybe not whatever I want, but I'm gonna use Magic Arrow. That has a cooler sound effect. I didn't know Swapcast worked on that. It does. It's just... Ah, there you go. That's a lot cooler. Pew, pew, pew. You get to see the white little Magic Arrow floating by. So yeah, Swapcast does work on Slash. It's just that most people don't, well... Swapcast is a bit annoying to set up, let's just say. That's one of the big reasons I think people probably haven't used it. And also there's, dare I say, very little reason why most people would want to use it, so... Also, how's your damage without Fortitude? Well, take a look. I'm doing a run of pits right now. Granted, it's player 1, but it is, you know, it's Slash, so it's, like, this build is specifically meant for killing motherfucker. Okay, die. Okay, good, good. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, my damage without Fortitude is not, like, it's not insane. Like, I can't, if I were to do players 8, I'd probably be in trouble, but the thing with this build is it's highly mobile. I don't, like, this is the line character screen, so this is probably inaccurate, but it says I'm doing, like, something like, 3,300 multi-shot, which, well, max, damage, I guess, roll on that. Which is pretty much enough to one-shot most of the monsters, because I have Deadly Strike, Crit Strike, I have +% damage to demons, I have, like, if I'm strafing, then I can just kill the undead. You can see they die in like 1 or 2 cones at the most. Especially, like, Fallen especially will go down really quickly. The only real problem with this build is I have to reposition properly, and that's difficult to do on Slash because of the lag. Did you do runs without Pride Merc? Oh, dude, I just made the fort, not the Fortitude, what am I talking about? The Pride. I just made Pride, like, a half hour ago, I think. So my runs now are a lot more smooth, because, yeah, the more damage I have, the more consistent they are, but, I was running my Merc with Reaper's Toll just before this, and my Merc was doing just fine. Or my damage was just fine. But, like, I would say that the difference, on average, without Reaper's Toll, or with Reaper's Toll, my damage was, or my runs were something like 2 minutes on average, like my pit runs. That's the thing. This build is meant specifically for doing pits. It's not meant for maxing out damage. So I can do pits in 2 minutes using Faith, Enigma, with Pride. Or, sorry, with Reaper's Toll, but now that I have Pride, my average run speed is a little bit closer to 1:50. This one took a lot longer, but that's more because the map layout was pretty shit. Like, sometimes the map layout shit, there's not a whole lot you can do about that, but if you hit IAS breakpoint with a better Faith, you could run Atmas for maybe a damage increase. Aha! So you're probably thinking, oh yeah, if you get Atmas, you get a chance for amp damage. But there's two problems that I have with Atmas, which makes me actually prefer High Lord's Wrath over Atmas, okay? So the first problem with Atmas is that chance to cast procs only work on the middle two arrows of my multi-shot, which is the only thing I really care about, because that's my main, like, hard hitter. If I'm strafing, then it's only because I'm aiming at either a champ pack or a pack of undead, right? So that's the first issue. The second issue with Atmas is that it's only a 5% chance to proc amp damage anyway, and it's like a level 2 amp damage. So for me, it's a lot better to have G-Face and High Lords, because I can actually get Deadly Strike. Now, I know I have Crit Strike too, but it's like, in the event that Crit Strike fails, there's a chance that Deadly Strike might occur, right? Like, for me, that's a lot more worthwhile than the chance for Atmas to proc. I was testing Atmas, and I definitely think that even Cat's Eye I prefer a lot more than Atmas. And that's not even factoring in that I don't think Atmas gives any IAS, which, once again, I need a 20 IAS amulet to hit the right breakpoints with a GMB. So, yeah. Very interesting build, I really like it. That's awesome, I'm glad, I really am. Oh, hey, this one's a minute 31, isn't it? Oof, damage increase is solid. This is something I was complaining about earlier, though. Sometimes my Merc doesn't fucking proc his Might Aura right away. That's one of the big things that slows me down. A minute 43 on this run. Yeah, alright, I'm good. I'm just thinking if there's anything else I'm forgetting, but... What skills do you have in passive tree? I will show you in a moment. Of course, you always just use the armory. Let's see, what is the price for good Griffin on Slash, for example? Yeah, I answered this a little bit earlier, but I guess you probably didn't hear me. The Griffs... Okay, so for a good Griffs, like minus 19, it depends at which point in the ladder you're at, but it's not unusual for good Griffins to go for 15 ohms. The currency on SlashDiablo is ohm runes, not high runes like on botnet. So, yeah, 15 ohms basically worth of runes is usually the going rate. So let me show you, this is what my passive and magic skill tree looks like. This is the other thing I'm going to point out. Some people have in the past advocated for, oh, D2, why don't you go for... why don't you put points in dodge, avoid, and evade? It's because I don't want to deal with dodge, avoid, and evade lock. I absolutely don't want to deal with that shit. I would just straight up prefer to stand there and, especially taking advantage of my Bow Barb's shout, allow them to completely avoid hitting me while just strafing them from a long distance.